This week feels like the beginning of a brand new chapter. If you've been waiting for a sign to reset, let go, or finally move forward, Spirit says this is your week. So beautiful souls, welcome in. It's Manda here. Let's dive into your weekly reading. First, we're going to dive into the collective astrology, what is going on, and then we're going to dive into the cards. Welcome in, beautiful souls. Thank you for liking the video. I really appreciate it. Also, then after we dived into the little bit of the astrology, we will have a look and see what the fortune cookie has to say. All right, so this reading is between July 13th all the way to the 19th. Beautiful souls. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, so this week it begins with the Sun conjunct Mercury in Cancer on the July the 13th. This is actually beautiful energy for conversations, clarity, and finally understanding something that may have felt confusing over the past few weeks. This could you could actually find yourself having some sort of important heart-to-heart conversations, receiving news that you've been waiting for, or maybe some of you, it's going to be about suddenly seeing a situation from a completely different perspective. Now, on the 14th, we have that new moon in Cancer. One of the biggest energy of the week is the new moon in Cancer. The new moons always represent fresh starts, but Cancer reminds us that the strongest new beginnings often start from within. This is actually a wonderful time to set intentions around your home, family, emotional healing, relationships, self-care, and the life that you truly want to build. If you've been thinking about starting something new or closing a door to an old chapter, this new moon is giving you permission to do exactly that. Now, later in the day, the moon will be moving into Leo, encouraging us to step into our confidence. Like Spirit is asking you not to hide your gifts or to keep making yourself smaller for the comfort of others. Your light deserves to be seen, all right? Now, the next day, or the 15th, the energy may feel a little bit heavier for a few hours. If emotions rise or plans don't unfold exactly as expected, I'm hearing don't panic here, all right, on the 15th. If any of this happens, don't panic. Sometimes these brief moments of tension simply show us where we are ready to grow. Instead of reacting immediately, take a deep breath, give yourself space, and trust that clarity is returning. Now, by the 17th, the moon will be entering Virgo. This is about shifting our focus towards getting organized, creating healthier routines, and taking practical steps towards the goals that we have been dreaming about. It's one thing to have the vision, all right? But Virgo reminds us that small, consistent actions are what turn dreams into reality. And on the 19th, the moon moves into Libra, right? Bringing some balance back into our relationships and helping us just find harmony after a busy emotional week. And this is actually beautiful energy for reconnecting with loved ones, making peace where it's needed, or simply finding better balance between looking after everyone else and looking after ourselves. Overall, what Spirit is showing me here is one message for this beautiful collective that found this message today is that your life doesn't change overnight. It changes the moment you decide you're no longer available for the version of yourself that you've already outgrown. So, beautiful souls, thank you for hitting that like button. I really appreciate it. And so we're going to move into each cup sign. The timestamps are below in the description box. Do keep your heart open. Trust that the messages that find you, that the message that you are about to hear has found you exactly at the right time. All right, so let's dive into this fortune cookie. Again, thank you for hitting the like button. I really appreciate it. Let's have a look. The only person you need to impress is yourself. The only person you need to impress is yourself. That is your message for this week, beautiful souls. Wow. Like, Spirit is like reminding you to stop measuring your worth through other people's opinions or expectations. Like, you were never meant to live your life trying to earn someone else's approval. Like, this week, choose authentic over perfection, I'm hearing. Make decisions that align with your soul and not with what others expect from you. The right people will appreciate the real you. Maybe you can affirm in the comments, I honor my own path, I trust my inner wisdom, and I am enough exactly as I am. I honor my own path, trust my inner wisdom, and I am enough exactly as I am. Wow. Pisces, Aries, Cuspers, this week you're going to realize not every connection is meant to continue. And that's exactly what's making space for the one that's truly aligned. Hello, my beautiful Pisces, Aries, Cuspers. If this message found you, take a deep breath with me. In and out, if you feel called to, and trust that Spirit has something important for you this week ahead. Right away, I see this week is a week of emotional clarity, releasing what no longer serves you, and finally recognizing what and who is worth your energy. Yes, we do start the week off with the Sun and Mercury meeting in Cancer at the beginning of the week, followed by the New Moon in Cancer. Emotions are coming to the surface so that they can be understood instead of ignored, right? This isn't about creating drama, it's about creating clarity. So let's dive into your weekly reading, beautiful souls. Wow. Okay, so here we have chemistry and passion, and we have the King of Swords reversed. Okay, so this combination immediately is catching my attention here. There is a strong connection here, but communication feels a little off. For some of you, this could be about romantic connections where the chemistry is undeniable, yet one person struggles to express how they truly feel. For others, this could be someone at work or a family member or even a friendship where conversations have become cold, confusing, or emotionally distant. Like the King of Swords reverse can represent someone who keeps everything locked inside. Sometimes it's the other person and sometimes it's you. So what Spirit is saying here is they're actually asking, are you protecting your heart or are you preventing yourself from being understood? And this is the weekly theme that's happening. The possible scenarios for this week is someone giving you mixed signals. Maybe it's going to be a conversation that doesn't go expected this week. Someone might just avoid telling you the truth. You may be overthinking instead of communicating honestly. Maybe you just realizing that emotional intelligence is actually far more valuable than always being right. Yeah, and I mean, this week's astrology really supports this honest conversations, but only if both people are actually willing to listen as much as they speak. Okay, so let's dive in further and have a look at the beginning of the week. We have seeds and spring. All right, now interesting enough is currently you're either in summer or you are in winter, right? So seeds and spring. So this has nothing to do with the current season that you're in, right? But the Four of Cups here, I block this energy. Perhaps it's this energy is coming from spring that you planted the seeds, or perhaps spring is on its way and you will be planting the seeds. Okay, the Four of Cups here, I feel like maybe something about that you become so focused on the outcome that you don't notice the other new opportunities that are arriving, seeds, right? Spirit is showing me someone that is actually planting a garden. When you plant seeds, nothing seems to happen immediately. Maybe you planted seeds in spring. It doesn't matter what season you're now in. Maybe in spring you did plant some seeds. Yeah, but beneath the surface, I'm hearing everything is growing, okay? Whatever seeds you planted, whenever it was, okay, I'm hearing that they are growing. I'm hearing that this new moon in Cancer is going to be your perfect opportunity to plant some sort of intentions as well. Some of you might be starting a new routine. Maybe some of you will begin a healing journey. Maybe it's like your personal spring that you're planting these seeds now during this Cancer full moon, or sorry, Cancer new moon. Maybe something to do with the Cancer full moon that we did already have 6 months ago. And now you might be applying for a new position, beginning a new healing journey. Maybe you're going to be reconnecting with someone, or maybe you might simply just decide that you actually deserve more. Fours could be significant. Fours about foundation and security. So I'm hearing, don't dismiss the small beginnings this week that is happening. Something about the small seeds that you will be planting or have been planting often become the strongest tree. Okay, let's have a look further here. Very interesting message coming through for my Pisces, Aries, Cuspers here. This is the middle of the week. We have courage and change and the Nine of Cups. Right. This feels beautiful. Like the Spirit saying, like, this is your yes moment. All right. Something about an opportunity that may arrive that initially feels unexpected. It could be an invitation, a message. Maybe it'll be a compliment. And maybe it's going to be a new client, a date. Maybe it's going to be a creative idea, or something you've quietly wished for finally is beginning to unfold. Yeah, definitely emotional fulfillment that's coming up with this Nine of Cups here. This is a reminder that wishes begin to manifest once we believe that we're actually worthy to receive them. Courage, yes. It's saying that the only thing standing between you and this blessing is your own hesitation. Spirit's like saying here, don't talk yourself out of the blessings that you've been praying for. Fours and nines, it could be significant for some of you. Sevens, eights, sixes. Oh. Okay, end of the week we have release, surrender, and purge, and the Seven of Swords. Okay, so this doesn't really feel like deception for me with the Seven of Swords here. It feels like a release, right? Release is there, right? You might be just letting go of something that no longer belongs to you. Some of you are releasing guilt. Others are releasing disappointment. And some of you are just finally walking away from some sort of situations where you've been doing all the emotional work. Something about ending unhealthy communication, letting go of self-doubt, releasing resentment, walking away from unnecessary conflict. Yeah, just finally choosing your own peace. Yeah, sometimes, healing doesn't begin when someone apologizes, right? It actually begins when you stop waiting for them to actually apologize. All right, let's have a look at the weekend energy. Thank you, beautiful souls, for hitting the like button, leaving comments, and being subscribers here. Okay, detachment and cold here for the weekend, and the Eight of Wands. Interesting. Externally, someone may appear emotionally distant. I'm hearing, but life itself starts moving quickly. Messages, phone calls. I'm hearing travel. Plans will be changing. Unexpected conversations. Things you've been waiting on could suddenly begin happening all at once, I'm hearing. Wow. Spirit's saying, don't mistake someone's quietness for rejection. They may simply be processing things in their own way. I'm hearing here, focus on the opportunities that are moving towards you instead of instead of chasing the ones that are pulling away. Okay, let's have a look at Spirit's advice for the week again. Third eye and clarity, and the Six of Swords. Wow. Okay, so yeah. Spirit is saying here that you're seeing things differently now. Your intuition is stronger. Your discernment is sharper. Your third eye is like seriously open here. You're no longer trying to force situations that clearly aren't flowing. Yeah, I'm hearing here with the Six of Swords is like peaceful movement. Leaving the emotional turbulence behind. It's about choosing healing over chaos. If you've been asking for a sign, this is it. Move towards what brings you peace, okay? Not what makes you feel anxious. Let's have a look here at the bottom of the deck here. On the Yin Yang Oracle, we have self-love, creation, and intentions. And at the bottom of the stained glass, we have Three of Pentacles. Wow, okay, wow. This is the hidden energy, right, that's influencing this entire week, that everything begins with the relationship you have with yourself. Three of Pentacles, though, it does remind you that the beautiful things are created. Beautiful things are created one step at a time. Spirit says stop comparing your journey to someone else's. Keep showing up, keep learning, keep believing. Like your future is really being built. Aries, Taurus, Cuspers, someone may finally say something you've been waiting to hear. But Spirit says, don't just listen to their words, pay attention to their actions. Wow. Hello, my beautiful Aries, Taurus, Cuspers. I hope you're all doing well this week. Let's have a look at your cards. The cards that are obviously coming out here is, I already can tell this is going to be a week where communication, truth, and your intuition all come together. There are going to be conversations happening this week that really could change the way you see a person, a situation, or perhaps even your own future. Now, I did mention already that we do have the Sun that's entering Mercury together in Cancer, knowing that Mercury in Cancer is already in retrograde. Right at the beginning of this week, something about communication is highlighted for you. Messages, honest conversations, emotional clarity are all part of your journey. And even the new moon in Cancer is encouraging you to set those new intentions around your emotional security, home life, relationships, and future plans. I'm hearing here, don't rush your decisions this week. Just let people reveal who they are. All right, beautiful souls, let's have a look at what is the theme, what is happening this week. Okay, so Mercury, messages, travel, communication. We have deception, temptation. We have the Hierophant. Let's get another one out. The Knight of Cups. This is such an interesting conversation. Perhaps you are really going to have a very interesting conversation. What I meant to say, this is a very interesting combination. On one hand, there's a genuine communication, heartfelt conversations, invitations, emotional offers. But on the other hand, I'm hearing Spirit saying here, use discernment this week. Not everyone who speaks beautifully has honest intentions. Now, this doesn't mean someone is lying to you. It's, for many of you, this is simply a reminder not to rush into believing everything at face value. Yeah, birds could be really significant as well. Messengers, right? Birds are messengers. Yeah, the Hierophant is saying basically here it does represent wisdom, value, commitment, and choosing what aligns with your soul. And the Knight of Cups, this could bring some sort of romance, apologies, invitations, creative opportunities, heartfelt conversations. Water this week could be significant as well for you, the ocean or lakes, dams. I'm hearing that for some of you, someone might just reach out after a period of silence. There may be a romantic interest expressing their feelings to you. There might be a job offer or opportunity that might arrive this week. Someone is going to promise change. Someone promises change. Something about important paperwork or communication comes through. Some of you, it's going to be about travel plans or future plans that really will begin developing. I'm hearing here, listen with your heart, but decide with wisdom. Beautiful souls, thank you for hitting the like button and leaving comments. I really, really, truly appreciate it. Thank you for being subscribers here and really supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Limitations right in the beginning of the week. Limitations and fear. Let's get another card out here. We have, wow, 10 of Pentacles. Pets could be significant. It's like her spirit guide is trying to reach out to her. I feel like your spirit guide is trying to reach out to you. Something about your fears revolving around stability, about how things are going to work out, how finances will improve. Will this certain relationship last? Will your family be okay? But we do have the 10 of Pentacles, and I think your spirit team is saying that your fears are louder than your reality. Because the 10 of Pentacles is one of those cards for long-term success, right? Sometimes we tend to worry because we've been disappointed before. And I feel like these two cards are coming out here for the beginning of the week to remind you that your future isn't built on the yesterday's disappointments. It's built from the today's choices, the right now choices. That Cancer new moon on the 14th, wherever you are in the world or what day it's going to be, it's around the 14th, around Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday. This is actually a perfect week I'm hearing for you with this Cancer new moon, all right? To create new financial goals, family goals, and long-term plans. So this week is around setting those intentions, overcoming your fears. Your fears are louder than what is actually the reality. We have here for the middle of the week, we have Ace, Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's get another one out here. The Hangman. Yeah, this feels like a pause with a purpose here for you. My Taurus, my Aries Taurus Cusp is like a Taurus side is really coming out here. Some of you might have Pisces very strongly in your chart. Doesn't have to be. Some of you may even have Virgo and Capricorn strongly in your chart somewhere. Or perhaps you also have someone close to you that has also Taurus placements, Virgo placements, Capricorn placements, Pisces placements. Okay. You may feel in the middle of this week like progress is slow, it slows down for a day or two in the middle of the week. Or it's feeling you'll be feeling that energy this week. I mean, we do have all those retrogrades as well. But I'm hearing nothing is stuck. Maybe perhaps you just simply in the middle of the week, simply being asked to see something differently from a different perspective. Sometimes we think waiting means nothing is happening, but in reality, well, life is rearranging itself behind the scenes. So some of you in the middle of the week could be waiting for an answer, something about the delays in paperwork, a decision taking longer than expected, looking at a relationship from a new perspective. Some sort of, Ace is like a new beginning, right? Looking at some sort of new beginning from a different perspective. There's a pause on some sort of new beginning. Maybe some of you are realizing there's another way forward. So something about your perspective and a pause. And I'm hearing that this pause that you might be going through regarding this new beginning may actually become your greatest advantage. All right, let's have a look at the end of the week. We have assistants and spirit guides. And I mentioned your spirit team is currently with you. All right. Four of Swords. I feel like by the end of the week, your spirit team is asking you to slow down. Not because you're falling behind, because I feel like it's because maybe you're carrying too much. Maybe it's been a long week. You're very tired. I'm hearing some of you've been very tired. All right. You need a bit of rest. And it's not because you're falling behind. It's because you're carrying too much. Yes. And your spirit team's obviously creating space for healing. Rest is healing. Getting enough sleep is healing. I'm also hearing pay attention to your dreams, repeating numbers, unexpected feelings, quiet moments. I'm hearing that some of you, your biggest answers this week won't come through any sort of action. It's going to come through some sort of stillness. If you've really been asking your spirit guide for guidance, I'm hearing don't be surprised if the answers come while you're resting, driving, meditating, or simply sitting in silence. You know, that time when you are alone. All right, and there's not too much noise and distractions. Yeah, I feel like your spirit guides are really trying to reach out to you this week. And perhaps the answer is to slow down, rest, find some stillness. We got some masculine energy coming for the weekend. Masculine energy. Let's have a look. What else here? Page of Swords. I'm getting curiosity energy. Somebody may be observing you. Maybe it's a masculine energy observing you. Or you are masculine and somebody's observing you. Somebody that has strong masculine energy that's observing you. Someone that's watching your social media. Maybe they're thinking about reaching out to you. Someone here, somebody might be gathering the courage to start a conversation, whether it's you or someone else towards you. Some of you are becoming curious about a new opportunity, learning something new. I'm hearing researching, planning, asking questions. I'm hearing asking the right questions. Yeah, the Page of Swords remind us that information is powerful, right? Information is empowerment. I'm hearing also, don't jump to conclusions before you have all the facts. Okay, let's have a look at Spirit's advice here. We have detachment and cold. Queen of Cups. Alright, this is quite interesting. It's actually a beautiful message coming through here. Because the Queen of Cups isn't somebody that stops caring. So this is just that feminine energy coming out, whether you're male or masculine, alright? Strong masculine on the table. So perhaps this is about you and stepping into your feminine energy. But you get where I'm going, right? Okay. So the Queen of Cups is not someone that stops carrying their emotions that aren't there. Okay, what I'm hearing here, okay. The Queen of Cups doesn't stop caring. Okay. The Queen of Cups is not somebody that stops caring. They simply stop carrying emotions that are not theirs. And I'm getting here the sense that your advice here, Spirit, is encouraging you for healthy emotional boundaries. You can love someone without fixing them. You can support someone without sacrificing your own peace. You can care deeply without losing yourself. So I'm hearing this week, your advice is asking you to stay compassionate while protecting your emotional energy. All right, let's have a look at the bottom of the deck and have a look at what is the hidden energy happening this week. Pluto, transformation. Where do you have a Pluto in your chart? Perhaps you feel like sharing with us. High Priestess. Like, this energy is actually giving me goosebumps. Something from the past may resurface, already has resurfaced. Something about a memory, a photograph, a message, someone you haven't heard from. Or perhaps maybe you will simply find yourself reflecting on how much you've changed. Like, the High Priestess reminds you that not every answer comes from the logic. Maybe your intuition is getting stronger. I'm also hearing some of you, some answers arrive quietly through your intuition, and that has been coming through, right? Also, your spirit guides will come to you in silence, in stillness, when you're in stillness and in silence. You know, when no one's around you and there's no distractions. I'm also hearing something about you, your spirits say that, your spirit guides are saying here that you've already changed more than you realize. The version of you from a year ago wouldn't have handled the things that you're going through now the way you would have then. Like, how can I say it? That came out totally wrong. The things that you're going through now, you wouldn't have handled it now the way you will now, back then, right? You get what I'm saying, right? But anyway, it's all about growth. I'm hearing healing and a transformation that is happening. This week, like, I feel like Spirit is testing your discernment and not your strength. I'm also hearing that, remember that not every opportunity is meant for you. Not every message deserves your response. Not every person deserves another chance. But the ones who truly align with your soul will never require you to abandon yourself. I'm also hearing your spirit team saying here, choose peace over pressure, choose wisdom over urgency, choose yourself without guilt. Yes, that new moon in Cancer in the beginning of this week, it's leaving this whole energy of Cancer, that portal for the whole week. It's like the opening of a new chapter in your life on something. Okay, it's helping you to build a life that finally feels emotionally safe. I'm also hearing trust in the whispers of your intuition. It's been right all along. Perhaps you can affirm in the comments as well that you trust your intuition and choose what aligns with your highest good. And then maybe you can let us know and share with your brothers and sisters below what message or opportunity are you being guided to look at more carefully this week. Beautiful souls, and then also thank you for liking the video, subscribing, sharing. I really appreciate it. Until next time, beautiful souls, take care of yourselves, trust the signs that Spirit is sending you, and remember, also the strongest foundations are built when you choose yourself first. So I'm sending you so much love and light, and beautiful blessings for the week ahead. Taurus, Gemini, this isn't a week to run away from your fears. I'm hearing this is a week to discover why they've been following you. I'm hearing Spirit is saying, like, they're revealing your purpose through every challenge you've maybe been trying to avoid. All right, beautiful souls, Spirit is coming here. Before we begin, remember, they want to emphasize this is a general reading. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We've already spoken about the collective astrology, all right? So let's dive and see what is happening in your personal energy flow with this week, all right? For you specifically. Now, your weekly energy, my Taurus, Gemini, Cusp, the biggest message that's coming through is your fears are standing right beside your purpose. All right, because look here. Limitations, fears, North Node, cosmic purpose. All right, limitations, fears, purpose, your North Node. All right, we do have the Hierophant also here. Okay, let's get one more. It's so interesting, the Hierophant as well came out for the Aries, Taurus. All right, this is Taurus energy coming out here. This also came out in the beginning of the week for the Aries, Taurus. So something about maybe this is due to more the Taurus side of things. Your Taurus side coming out. All right, it doesn't have to be. It's just a message that's coming through, maybe confirmation for my Taurus collective. All right, even though I'm reading here for the Cusp signs. Here's the 9 of Wands. Some of you are exhausted. And perhaps that exhaustion is creating the fear and limitation. I'm hearing something about triggers. Yeah, this North Node here represents your path. Your soul is meant to grow into. The nine of Wands is also saying that it's talking about or showing someone that's been through a lot of battles. But you've made it this far, even though you're extremely tired and exhausted. There may be moments this week where you wonder if it's worth it to continue something. And I'm hearing with this Hierophant coming through, it's your higher self asking you to trust what you've been learning, everything that you've experienced, the disappointment, the delays, the lessons, even the people who challenged you. It has been preparing you for your next chapter. What I'm also hearing here is that I'm almost seeing in my mind's eye someone who's been waiting to start something but keeps talking themselves out of it. Maybe it's something to do with about applying for a new job, starting your own business, a side hustle, launching a creative project, returning to study something, finally saying yes to a relationship, moving to the next step in a relationship, or something about you saying yes to something regarding your spiritual path, or stepping more into your spiritual path, something to do with that effect. Whatever this is for you, if it's not something that I mentioned here, there's something about a fear or limitation of what if you fail, and something about that you're being exhausted. But Spirit is saying here that what if this is exactly what your soul came here to do? I mean, we do have astrologically the new moon in Cancer on the 14th, which supports the planting the emotional intentions. This isn't always about having every answer. It's just about choosing the direction that your heart already knows it's right. Gosh, I just had to sneeze. I felt a sneeze coming and I had to pause for a minute to sneeze. Your spirit team is very strongly with you during this week or in this message here. Even though you're feeling tired, you do have the resilience to push through, to do the things that you want to do. Okay, here in the beginning of the week, we have a nurture and compassion. Two of Swords. Someone is very nurturing around you and very compassionate in the beginning of the week. Maybe you're going to be stuck with two choices in the beginning of the week. A part of you wants to move forward. Another part of you wants to stay where everything feels familiar. Maybe it's something about accepting or declining an opportunity, or deciding whether to trust someone. So it doesn't have to be romantic because of this picture here, but I mean, if we're just looking at the energy, all right? There's a choice to make. This could even be a financial decision for some of you. Maybe some of you, this is about choosing between staying comfortable and growing. But instead of forcing yourself to decide immediately, you don't have to, right? Give yourself compassion. Maybe this is about nurturing yourself, all right? Your masculine and your feminine side. Nurturing yourself, giving yourself compassion first, right? Sometimes we believe we're confused when we actually emotionally exhausted. Some of you are feeling exhausted. Yeah, and the Sun and Mercury coming together in Cancer earlier this week. And remember, Mercury in Cancer is retrograde, all right? I'm hearing like, have those heartfelt conversations. Maybe someone may say something that suddenly helps you see a situation differently. All right, let's have a look here. In the middle of the week, we have integration, union, ego, and that is vanity and pride. Let's get another out here. Let's get a tarot to go with it. A Page of Swords. Very interesting. I don't necessarily feel this is about arrogance, right? I'm really getting that. Learning the difference between protecting your peace and protecting your pride. This could be about a relationship, right? I'm hearing there might just be communication during the middle of the week for some of you. Someone might just reach out unexpectedly. Someone might apologize. Someone might ask you questions. Someone might be watching you from a distance. Someone's checking out your social media. Someone wants another chance. Page of Swords always is that curiosity, communication, right? Watching, curiosity, communication, learning, gathering information. Spirit's like saying, will you respond if this happens? Will your response come from a place of healing, or will it come from a place of wounded ego? Sometimes we refuse opportunities simply because we don't want someone to think they won. Yeah, sometimes we refuse opportunities simply because we don't want someone to think they won. Sometimes we refuse help because we want to prove that we can do everything ourselves. Yeah, that Venus is moving through Virgo as well, right? Relationships become more practical this week and sincere. I'm hearing authentic action matters more than pride or appearances. Very interesting. This could do with a relationship with somebody. All right, let's move to the end of the week. We have remembering and awakening. Let's get another out. Something about your work that you do. Maybe you got a spiritual business. This could also be something about towards the end of the week, something is going to click for you. Almost like remembering who you were before fear and limitations convinced you otherwise. But the Eight of Pentacles is that this is not something about your spiritual business or remembering about what you do. Either way, this is just like saying slow and steady progress. Maybe you might feel suddenly inspired towards the end of the week to organize your goals, improve your finances, focus on your health, continue learning something, building your business, practice spiritual gifts, becoming consistent again. This isn't dramatic overnight success. I'm hearing it's something even stronger. It's becoming the person who creates lasting success. I'm hearing remembering your why. The Spirit's also saying that small daily steps becomes the extraordinary results. Whoa. Somebody could be remembering why you're working so hard towards something. Okay. The weekend we have freedom, a leap, Uranus, opportunities. And we've got a lot of Uranus energy also happening this week. Well, not this week, but You know, the Uranus and Gemini are happening this month and so. Let's get another here. Yeah, you're really stressing about something. There's something that you're stressing about, anxiety. But there is a breakthrough energy here. I'm hearing that your worries are becoming bigger than your reality. Worrying about taking that leap of faith. Worrying about that opportunity. Worrying about your freedom. I honestly feel like some of you have been imagining the worst case scenarios, yet nothing you've imagined actually has happened yet. Instead, there has been opportunities arriving, phone calls, invitations, messages, unexpected solutions. Maybe there will be a chance to travel. 9 is also completion, all right? There's going to be a spontaneous decision. The opportunity that's going to come in, I'm hearing there is going to be an opportunity that's going to come in and it's going to feel very exciting. But I'm hearing it might be a little scary because it's unfamiliar. Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at the weekend astrology as well, right? The moon is shifting into Libra. Maybe you got strong Libra placements as well. I'm hearing something that's going to help you see situations from a calmer, more balanced perspective. Sometimes freedom also feels uncomfortable, right? Simply because you've never experienced it before. Double 9s in your spread. Double 9s could be significant. It can be a confirmation for some of you here. 2s, 8s. All right, this is your advice from your spirit team here. Stability, harmony, and flow. Such a positive card coming out. Yoga or stretching or something to that effect could be significant for some of you as well. The Hermit. Wow, okay. Your spirit team is saying here, they're asking you not to rush. They're asking you to reconnect with yourself here. Take a moment away from the noise. Maybe some of you need to switch your phone off for a while. Go outside, meditate, journal, pray, spend time in nature. Listen, I'm hearing listen to your intuition instead of everyone else's opinions. Yeah, because the Hermit is reminding you that the wisdom doesn't come from doing more, right? It comes from listening more deeply. This week is not going to be about chasing every opportunity. It's going to be about recognizing which opportunities are truly meant for you. The Hermit's also a number 9 card, right? Triple 9s. Let's have a look at the bottom of the decks here. Air, Ace. It's like new beginnings, right? It's like the Ace of Swords. Truth. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Those energies could really be significant. Let's have a look at the bottom here. Another 2. 2 of Pentacles. Double 2s could be significant for some of you. This is the hidden energy of this week. Yeah, behind everything happening this week, I do see movement. Air can also be about communication. It can be about new ideas. Balancing priorities with the 2 of Pentacles. Many of you are jungling paths right now. One belongs in your past, the other belongs in your future. Yeah, you cannot fully carry both forever. Eventually you have to choose between something deep down. I think you already know which direction your soul wants to go, I'm hearing. My Taurus, Gemini Cuspers, this week isn't about asking you to become fearless. It's asking you to become braver than your fear. Your purpose isn't hiding from you, I'm hearing. It's actually quietly waiting on the other side of the decision maybe you've been avoiding. Yeah, there's some sort of decision. I'm hearing trust the lessons, trust your timing, trust yourself. Yes, this new moon is going to be about planting seeds that may grow into something actually far bigger than you can currently imagine. And, you know, sometimes that small decision, the smallest decision, becomes the doorway to your biggest transformation. Yeah, if this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Maybe perhaps you can drop a like a leaf emoji or a star emoji in the comments and share with us, maybe like if you feel called to, like what new beginning are you ready to finally say yes to. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, turning on your notification bells, commenting. Until next time, beautiful souls, keep trusting your intuition, keep following your light, and remember, the universe often whispers before it changes your life. And I'll check you around the next one. Gemini, Cancer, Cuspers. I feel like this week is something about one decision that has the power to change everything. And Spirit's saying, don't mistake a temporary temptation for your true destiny. Hello, my beautiful Gemini, Cancer, Cusp souls. Welcome back in. If this message found you today, I truly believe Spirit has something important for you this week. All right, so we did do the collective astrology, so let's jump straight into your cards. I really do see how your personal energy is flowing with the powerful Cancer new moon, the Sun and Mercury conjunction. And don't forget that Mercury in Cancer is also retrograde, and also the shift into the Leo and Virgo energy throughout the week, all right? This really feels like a week of choosing between what feels comfortable and what helps your soul evolve. So let's have a look at your weekly theme here. And this is so like, wow, okay, like we have transcendence, unity. We have the devil, Capricorn energy coming through. And magician, like, wow, okay, Capricorn, Gemini energy. Beautiful souls, this is like one of those combinations that really is catching my attention here. The devil isn't coming through as something to fear, right? I feel like it's showing me here for you that many of you are becoming aware of something that has quietly been controlling your life. Some of you, this could be fear. This could be people pleasing. For some of you, this is overthinking. For others, it's believing you're not good enough. But here's that magician, that new beginning, the energy of you have all the tools, all right? Okay, well, Spirit is like coming through and saying the same energy that you're giving to your fears, okay? And fears can mean a lot of things, all right? It's just the type of energy it is. It can now be used to create your future. I'm hearing take back your power. This feels like reclaiming your personal power. I can see here someone finally saying, I'm done letting this thing define me, whatever that is for you. Maybe you staying in a job because it feels familiar. Maybe you holding on to a relationship that has already run its course. Maybe you've doubted your gifts, your business, or your creativity, or your spiritual path. And this Cancer new moon right in the beginning of this week, all right, is like asking you, what life would you create if that fearish energy wasn't making the decision? Yeah, transcendence is exactly that. Rising above those old patterns instead of repeating them. Let's dive deeper and see what is happening in the beginning of the week, because I quite like this card here. Freedom, leap, Uranus, opportunities. Wow. Like I'm getting so, oh, the Fool as well. This totally feels exciting. Let's get another one. What is this? Leaping off, you eventually, like, you start the week off with this is your theme, okay, that's hovering in the background, all right, and you take your power back, and look here, there's a new beginning, all right, but what is this? Okay, something is going to move very fast, unexpectedly. I think something about, once you make that choice, all right, rising above the old patterns, the fears, the self-sabotage, whatever that is, wow. Something very unexpected. The Fool and the Eight of Wands, right? Tells me something is going to arrive very quickly. This is going to be an unexpected message, an interview, travel plans, exciting news. Someone will be reaching out, an invitation, an opportunity that you've been waiting for. Whatever this is, maybe it's you that's doing this, all right? Igniting this. And I'm hearing, don't overthink it. Sometimes Spirit opens doors that doesn't just make logic sense at first. Yeah, Uranus, a lot of things are happening in Uranus and Gemini, right? Surprise blessings. Things that just happen suddenly, someone changes their mind, a delay opportunity returns, plans move faster than expected. Yeah, I mean, even though we have Mercury retrograde, but yeah, that it's all still joining the Sun in Cancer this week. Something is coming back around, an important conversation that really can open doors that you almost gave up on. 0 and 8 could be a significant number for some of you. 0, 8. Let's have a look here. The middle of the week. We have toxicity, bounds, and patterns. Very interesting. 10 of Cups. This is normally a very happy card. This is like an paired here with toxic and bounds. Okay, not everything looks perfect. Not everything looks perfect, but it actually feels peaceful. Some of you could recognize unhealthy family patterns, maybe. Maybe someone expects you to always be the one to fix everything. Maybe you've been the one carrying emotional responsibilities that were never yours. Some of you may realize a relationship appears happy on the outside, but underneath something still needs healing. This isn't about walking away immediately, okay? This is about becoming aware. Something needs healing, because awareness always comes before change. All right? Something within a family dynamic, perhaps awareness. Something is going to come to awareness. Okay, let's dive deeper here. Okay, so this card came out reversed, but we're going to read this upright, right? Attraction, Mars, hot. This is the end of the week. This is like by Friday. Page of Swords. Wow, this Page of Swords is really coming out for the collective. Is someone watching you? It's like people watching each other, spying on each other, curious about each other. Someone might be just reaching out that's really attracted to you. Page of Swords also says communication, but there's a lot happening about communication as well this week. Perhaps it's that with that Mercury and Sun, right? Observation, gathering information. Some of you could notice someone liking your posts, replying to your messages, checking in after long silence, asking questions. Maybe someone's showing you romantic interest, or for you that are single. Someone wanting another conversation with you. If this is not romantic, okay, I'm getting this magnetic energy that you are actually attracting opportunities because your confidence has shifted. Mars is the energy of courage, right? Mars gives courage. I'm hearing also just be mindful not to react impulsively also. I'm hearing respond with wisdom rather than the emotions. Like if you need to take a moment before responding, go ahead, all right? But something comes in hot. Some sort of communication. Something to do with attraction also. Maybe it's passion. Interesting. All right, let's have a look at the weekend energy here. Self-worth, expectations. Let's see, what is this about? Two of Swords, indecision. Let's get another one. Wow, indecisive about your self-worth. Four of Swords. 24 could be a significant number. Yeah, looking at this weekend energy, I feel like the weekend slows down. After a week of movement, attraction, emotional realizations, I feel like Spirit's asking you to pause. Two Swords shows a decision. Maybe, yeah, you're going to make a decision. But the Four of Swords says you don't need to decide immediately. Yeah, this is about self-worth. Are your expectations coming from your soul or from fear of being alone? Some of you may choose to step back from a situation, give yourself space to think clearly, rest more, right? Also, resting is part of self-worth too, right? Honestly, this feels like a very healthy choice for the weekend. Deciding to rest. Okay. Maybe you can share in the comments, what is your intuition saying about your weekend energy, self-worth, expectations, Two of Swords, which can be indecision or making that choice, and Four of Swords, healing, resting, taking time out. Okay, let's look at the advice from your spirit team. Now, this is very interesting. This twin flames, avoidance, right? Seven of Cups, avoidance, stalemate. Seven of Cups. Let's get another one. Like, this is like options, right? Confusion. Three of Swords. Interesting. This is a deep message here. Whether you believe in twin flames or simply recognize the profound soul connection, Spirit says there has been some sort of avoidance. One person may be avoiding difficult emotions. One person could be avoiding a conversation. Maybe it's both people that may feel stuck in some uncertainty. Yeah, Seven of Cups, confusion, fantasy, multiple options or possibilities. Three of Swords reveals pain underneath the confusion. Are you seeing this connection clearly, or are you seeing what you hope to become? This isn't meant to hurt you. I'm hearing it's meant to free you from the emotional fog. I'm hearing something about clarity will be coming, and that clarity is a form of healing. That healing will be coming in. Very interesting. So your spirit team's advice here regarding this soul connection, there will be clarity coming in. And that clarity that will be coming in will bring healing. 7 and 3s could be significant. 7 and 3 makes 10. It's a completion. And even the number 73 could be significant as well. All right, let's have a look at the hidden energy here. Feminine. Look at that third eye. Your third eye is very open. That is the hidden energy here. And what is this? 9 of Cups. Well, the hidden energy here is, wow, okay. Beneath everything happening this week, there's beautiful energy about emotional fulfillment. Your hidden blessing is not another person, I'm hearing. Okay, so if there is some toxicity happening within a family dynamic, someone coming in hot, some avoidance within a soul connection, under everything, the hidden blessing is not the other person. It's the relationship actually that you're building with yourself. Because twin flame can also be the feminine and the masculine energy. Maybe there's some sort of avoidance within yourself. All right? Healing heartbreak. Your happiness, with this Nine of Cups, Spirit is saying, it's not dependent on somebody else's choices. You know, the more you honor your own emotional needs, the more aligned your relationships become. Gemini, Cancer, Cuspers, wow, this week really feels like a breakthrough that's disguised as a choice. Maybe you may be offered some excitement, you may be offered some attention, you may be offered another chance regarding something. What Spirit is saying is they want you to choose what aligns with your peace and your self-worth and also your future. The Fool and the Eight of Wands definitely says that some sort of opportunity is arriving. The Devil and the Magician is like, you know, your overall energy for the week is like you have the power to break some sort of old patterns. Twin Flame says, I'm definitely getting the energy of clarity replacing confusion. And yeah, the Nine of Cups is really a reminder that your emotional fulfillment begins with you. Okay, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. All right? It's like coming home to yourself. You create your own happiness. It begins with you. I'm also hearing here that your next chapter of life is going to require a version of you that no longer settles for the emotional uncertainty. That's very powerful, right? Because once you truly know your worth, all right, you stop chasing what keeps you confused. Anything that creates confusion, right? It's not worth it. I'm hearing once you know your worth and you stop chasing what keeps you confused, you will then start choosing things that bring you peace. Yeah, maybe you can affirm this in the comments or to yourself that you choose clarity, you choose peace, and you choose what aligns with your highest good. Yeah, and let us know in the comments, like, what part of this reading spoke to you most? Is it taking that leap, breaking a pattern, or finally seeing some sort of situation clearly with another person, or is it with yourself? Thank you for liking the video, subscribing, leaving those comments, beautiful souls. Until next time, remember, just trust your intuition, all right? Your third eye, I'm hearing, is open. Honor your heart, and remember, clarity is one of the greatest blessings that you can give. Yeah, if you need to take time out, all right, to make a decision, go within, rest, withdraw, to make some sort of decision, because you create your own happiness. Beautiful souls, I'm sending you love and light. And I'll check you around in the next one. Cancer, Leo, Cuspers, I feel like this week, Spirit is saying something you've been nurturing is finally ready to grow. I'm hearing, don't let fear convince you that you're not ready for what's already finding its way to you. Hello, my beautiful Cancer, Leo, Cuspers. Let's jump straight into your cards because, wow, the reading here, the energy coming through these cards, it feels incredibly gentle, it's healing, and full of that steady growth. All right, so we did speak about in the collective that the sun is entering the sun and Mercury meets in Cancer, right? And Mercury is in Cancer, which is in retrograde, right? Don't forget about that. And we are moving into the new moon in Cancer on the 14th. And this energy is all about planting those emotional seeds. Then as the moon moves into Leo, we can see that confidence is slowly returning. Your reading isn't just about rushing ahead. It's more about trusting the natural timing of your life. So let's have a look at your weekly theme here. All right. We have Ace, Water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. All right. This could be to do with, I don't know, full-on water sign, or this could just be about your Cancer side coming out. Here we have the Empress, which is that Taurus energy coming out. And here we have Temperance, which is that Sagittarius energy coming out. All right, some of you may be in summer and having some growth happening right now, all right? Let's have a see here. Sunrises or sunsets could be significant. I feel like it's a sunrise. A rise. It's rising. You're growing. This is actually a very beautiful combination for a weekly theme that you could receive, because I'm hearing it doesn't matter what season you are, that growth is happening even if you can't see every root beneath the surface. The Empress is that abundance energy. She's somebody that is, whether you're male or female, you are somebody creative, you are very nurturing, you are someone that's, I'm hearing something about new beginnings. Temperance. Alchemy. Balance. Beautiful things. I feel like this is a reminder that beautiful things aren't rushed. They've cultivated over time. Many of you, I feel like this week is about growth in one or more areas of your life. Maybe there's going to be a relationship that will become healthier. This could be about your finances that are improving. Healing after a difficult season. Maybe there's pregnancy happening within the family or between you and your person. Or maybe there's some sort of family news coming in for some of you. Some of you, this could just be growing in confidence. Some of you could be expanding your business or getting a promotion. Some of you are finally feeling lighter this week, emotionally lighter. Yeah, the Cancer new moon really supports this energy. I'm hearing that you will be planting intentions that could continue growing for months. Months to come, I'm hearing. Yeah, Spirit is like showing me you watering a garden. Every single day you wondering, isn't everything happening? And suddenly these tiny green roots appear. That's your life this week. Everything that you've been quietly working towards, I'm hearing, is beginning to show some sort of signs of life. Beautiful. That is your theme of the week, growth. The seeds that you're planting. Let's have a look in the beginning of the week. We have Ace, Air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Maybe those signs could be significant for some of you. Maybe you've got strong placements there. Seven of Wands. Defensive, boundaries. Protecting your peace. Are you protecting your peace from an air sign? Maybe there's conversations with an air sign. An air sign maybe that has strong Leo placements. You are a water sign. Leo Cancer, right? Hermit, Virgo energy. I'm hearing people are wanting your attention. Some sort of situations that pulled you in several directions. I'm hearing don't feel guilty for creating healthier boundaries with someone. Yeah. And also with the Hermit, I'm hearing here, not every battle deserves your energy. Like, I feel like someone may expect immediate response from you. Maybe this is a family member, a friend, a work, or maybe it could be someone that has been distancing themselves from you. Yeah, take time before reacting, I'm hearing. Just because someone wants an answer today doesn't mean you owe them one today, right? The Sun conjunct Mercury, yeah. It's going to help thoughtful conversations to happen, though. Something is coming back around. But only if you allow yourself space to think first. Lack and doubts in the middle of the week. Let's see, what is this about? Oh, that's so interesting. I meant to take from the tarot deck and I took from the Yin Yang Oracle. Disharmony triggers conflict. Six of Pentacles. Here's that Six of Pentacles. I meant to take from the tarot. So this is something about that equal give and take. Alright, that equal give and take and an energy. Alright. Shifting perspectives. Something about money. Whether you're doing enough. Whether people appreciate you. Or whether you will ever receive the same love that you give to others. Someone that's going through conflict. Okay, whatever this is with this lack and doubt and this disharmony and triggers is, I'm hearing that balance will be returning. If you're giving too much, if you've been giving too much, Spirit's saying it's time for you to receive. If you've been carrying everything yourself, allow someone to help. For some of you, this may literally be financial support, unexpected generosity. Maybe it's a work opportunity or someone that will be offering assistance. I'm hearing something about the doubt that you've been carrying. It actually doesn't match what is actually unfolding. There's something that you've been doubting that is causing triggers and conflict and disharmony. Okay. Let's have a look at the end of the week here. We have alchemy, ancestors and gods. Okay, let's get a tarot out here. Six of Swords. Double sixes could be significant. Six of Pentacles, Six of Swords, harmony, transition. I feel like your spirit team here by the end of the week is guiding you towards peace. They're very close. Your ancestors are very close. Some of you have been noticing repeating numbers. Maybe it's that 66, or maybe it's something else. Maybe you're having vivid dreams, listening to music. Maybe your ancestors are speaking to you through music. Maybe you've been seeing feathers, butterflies, hearing songs at the perfect moment. Feeling guided towards something without knowing why. There's some sort of emotional movement I'm hearing. Some of you are leaving behind something that has weighed heavily on your heart, not because someone rescued you, but because you're becoming stronger. I'm hearing your spirit team saying, we're helping you cross this bridge. You're not walking alone. Maybe it's something to do with your inner child. Okay, now the weekend energy, we have limitations and fears. Let's see what it's about. King of Pentacles. This weekend may present an opportunity that feels bigger than your confidence. There may be a King of Pentacles that represents some sort of stability, success, or leadership or long-term security for you. Paired with fear. I said fair. Something will be made fair. Maybe you might be questioning whether you're capable of something. Like maybe you questioning whether you are able to accept this leadership role, or about making some sort of financial investment. Overcoming your fear regarding a new career. Maybe it's about trusting a stable relationship, or maybe it's going to be about believing you're worthy of long-term success. Like Spirit smiling here and saying you already have everything this opportunity requires. The fear is simply your comfort zone trying to protect you. Don't mistake fear for intuition, I'm hearing. Yeah, your spirit team is really trying to reach out to you here. Your spirit guides, your ancestors. Okay, let's have a look at your advice for the week ahead. Nurture and compassion. Let's have a dive deeper in here. Three of Pentacles. Threes could be significant for some of you. Yeah, this advice couldn't be clearer. All right, I'm hearing here, stop believing that you have to do everything alone. All right. Three of Pentacles speaks about that teamwork, that learning, the community, the building. That's something that is lasting. If you need help, ask for help. Collaborate with others. I'm hearing share your ideas, accept the support, or simply let people love you. I'm hearing sometimes strength isn't carrying everything yourself. Sometimes the strength is allowing others to walk beside you. I'm hearing that your next chapter is built with others, not despite them. Let's look at the underlining energy here. Memories and nostalgia. Perhaps a lot of memories have been coming up with this retrogrades. All right. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Something from your past has prepared for a brand new beginning. Maybe it's an old lesson, a friendship, a childhood dream. Something that you once thought was impossible. I'm hearing something about a new door's opening. Something that's solid, grounded. This opportunity has potential to create that lasting stability. It's like your spirit wants you to remember how far you've already come. I'm hearing don't measure yourself against who you used to be. All right? Look at everything that you survived. I'm hearing. My Cancer Leo Cuspers this week feels like planting seeds in fertile soil. I'm hearing that you're growing. I'm hearing also to trust the divine timing of things. I'm hearing healing is happening. I'm hearing that something about success isn't reserved for other people, all right? It's also available to you. Success is also available to you, I'm hearing. I'm hearing also stop questioning whether you are worthy of receiving, because I'm hearing you already are worthy, okay? Your ancestors are really walking beside you this week. I'm hearing your spirit team is walking beside you. Your angels are walking beside you. Your heart, I'm hearing, is going to become lighter. Your future is becoming clearer. And also the life that you've been quietly hoping for is slowly starting to meet you halfway. Yeah. Perhaps you can share with us, if you feel called to, like, what are you choosing to nurture during this Cancer new moon? Is it a relationship? Is it your healing? Is it your career? Is it yourself? Thank you for liking the video, beautiful soul, leaving those comments, being subscribers here. Until next time, just trust your journey and trust your growth. And just remember, some of the most powerful transformations really happen quietly, before the whole world can actually finally see them, or before the whole world sees them, before everyone else sees it, And I'm sending you so much love, light, and blessings, and I'll check you around the next one. Leo, Virgo, Cuspers, expect the unexpected this week, because one conversation, one message, or even one encounter can completely shift the direction you are heading. Hello, my beautiful Leo, Virgo, Cuspers. Let's dive straight into your cards, because this reading feels incredibly active, like a spirit showing me movement, conversations, unexpected changes, and people coming back into your world, it seems. Let's have a look and see. Before we get into your weekly theme, which is nice energy coming through, we did have in the beginning of this week the Sun and Mercury, which is joining in Cancer, as well as the new moon in Cancer, right early in the week. And messages do carry extra meaning, right? And we also have the moon moving through, then would be moving through from Cancer into Leo into Virgo. So I'm hearing here that you're being asked to balance your heart with your practical mind. Yeah, your reading does feel like one of those weeks where things don't go exactly according to plan, but somehow they end up working out even better. Your weekly theme here is Mercury, messages, travel, communication. Now, we do have Mercury going retrograde as well, right, in Cancer, and the Sun was meeting up with it, right? So, beautiful souls. Three of Cups. First thing I'm hearing from Spirit, someone wants to reconnect, I'm hearing for some of you. This could be a friend that could be reaching out. It could be anybody, actually, all right? It could even be a family you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe it's going to be a work colleague. Maybe it could be someone from the past. It doesn't have to be. It could be even an invitation to celebrate something for some of you. Three of Cups is the energy of joy, all right? It's a 3. It is a communication as well. So reunion, community. I do get the energy, laughter after a heavy season for some of you. So if it's not someone, and I don't feel like this is necessarily toxic energy, all right? This is something positive. So if it's anything that you're feeling like it's something from the past that's negative, I wouldn't hover too much on that energy. But there is some sort of celebration after something that's heavy, all right? Some of you literally could be traveling. It doesn't mean necessarily that you're traveling far, like overseas or anything, just some sort of travel. Maybe some of you could be attending some sort of event, celebrating good news, maybe reconnecting with people that you've missed. And yeah, I mean, we do have the Sun and Mercury conjunct with the retrograde. It really shines a light on meaningful conversations that's happening. Words carry healing this week, I'm hearing. I'm also hearing don't underestimate the simple conversations because it really could change everything. All right. 3s could be a significant number as well. Some things could have come back also from the past as well. All right. And like technical issues, something that you set up so a while back that's giving some technical issues. Doesn't have to be. Birds could be significant. The ocean. Here in the beginning of the week. All right. Storm unexpected. Let's have a look here. 3 of Wands reversed. All right. Another 3. 3 threes could be significant as well for you. Some of you. Could just be a synchronicity. You might have been having storms in your area. Doesn't have to be. Yeah, this feels like a plot twist, all right? Because that their energy is quite positive as your weekly theme. But maybe something didn't go according to plan right in the beginning of the week, like on a Monday, your Monday, Tuesday kind of energy. Maybe plans got postponed because of a storm. Someone cancelled. Maybe there was internet issues. Maybe travel plans changes. Communications got delayed. An opportunity didn't arrive exactly maybe the way you expected. It always, I get this like frustration energy, but also like spirits, like I see spirits like smiling, all right? I see a smiling face here because the delay was actually protection, whatever delay this was. The 3 of Wands reverse isn't like saying never, all right? It's just saying not quite yet. Sometimes the universe rearranges your plans because something better is lining up behind the scenes. Yeah, I'm hearing definitely between Monday and Tuesday. Don't panic, all right? Now, you guys are going to probably get this after Monday and Tuesday. I had some internet issues. This was supposed to be finished recording already on Sunday and out by Monday. And I only did half the cusp signs, and I was thinking, do I just leave all these videos, or do I complete all the cusp signs? Because I only have from you guys up until the Aquarius. Yeah, so something obviously didn't, maybe some of you didn't go as planned, unfold as you imagined, all right? But I feel positive energy coming through as the week unfolds. Okay. Here is in the middle of the week, party and external. 3 people could be significant. A lot of 3s coming out. 6 of Cups. This energy actually feels a little bit lighter. Okay. I'm getting a bit of a nostalgic. Maybe you could have been with this Mercury retrograde as well. You could be thinking back regarding your childhood friends, maybe family. It could be classmates, old colleagues, or someone who wants to remind you of happier times. Some of you may attend birthdays, family gatherings, celebrations, reunions, or simply meaningful conversations with people who feel like home, or some people from the past. For others, if this is not about a person, this is just about like reconnecting with yourself from the past or remembering those times, you know. yeah, maybe it's like you wanting to reconnect with your playful side, your creative side, a version of you that believed everything was possible. I'm hearing, don't lose your inner child while chasing the adult responsibilities. Very interesting energy coming through. At the end of the week, we got Renura and Spark. You see, look how the energy changes, okay? And the Knight of Swords. Quick communication, like things just suddenly speed up. Like this card always reminds me of the Ace of Wands kind of thing, all right? There's definitely some sort of movement. By the end of the week, like, around Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it could be any time period, movement, action, decisions. It could be that quick communication. Something you've maybe been waiting for could finally move. Maybe it's going to be a phone call, an email, an interview, conversation, a breakthrough. But it does feel like fresh momentum that's happening. However, the Knight of Swords also reminds you not to rush every situation without thinking. Like, we can be enthusiasm, right? It's wonderful. It's great energy. But also, impulsiveness can create the unnecessary complications. I'm hearing, move with confidence, not with haste. All right, let's have a look at the weekend energy. Water energy coming out here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It's also an ace, fresh beginnings. Page. So the weekend energy feels emotionally fresh. The Ace of Water, I feel like it's something about emotional renewal. Page of Swords is that curiosity, communication. Maybe you've got strong water placements, or somebody else around you that's got water, is a water placement, and someone may just surprise you. Maybe it's going to be a heartfelt conversation, a message, an apology, unexpected news. Or maybe finally you might hear something that you've been wondering about. Some of you may also be developing feelings for someone new. For others, this is simply becoming more honest with yourself. But I'm hearing here, by the weekend, listen carefully. Not just what's being said, but to what is being felt. Let's have a look at your weekly advice from Spirit. Now, this is very interesting that came out here. Attraction, Mars, and Heart. So, like a lot of Mercury energy here, Mars energy, water energy. 8 of Swords. Okay. This actually feels really important here, that I'm hearing that you're actually attracting exactly what you've been asking for. But the 8 of Swords says maybe your own thoughts could become your biggest obstacle. I honestly feel like some of you have been maybe overthinking. Like, Mercury retrograde, like it really can mess with our heads a little bit. Maybe some of you are asking questions like, what if I'm not ready? What if it doesn't work? What if it fails? What if they reject me? But whatever this is, Spirit is like lovingly saying here, you're creating a prison with your thoughts that haven't even happened yet. Mars wants action. 8 of Swords wants hesitation. I'm hearing here, choose the action, not obviously the reckless action, all right, but the inspired action. Because confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something that you build by taking that one brave step at a time. All right, let's have a look at the underlying energy here, the hidden energy, trust and divine timing. Wow. Okay, and let's have a look at the bottom of the stained glass. 10 of Swords. And look how the sun is shining. It's like, he's down out, but there is a sunrise. There is some sort of ending happening, underlining, all right, this week. Or perhaps it's still unfolding. So something ending has happened, or it's still unfolding in this week. something has reached its natural conclusion. It could be a relationship. Maybe it's going to be your mindset. Maybe it's a chapter of something. Maybe it's that disappointment on something. Like the Ten of Swords is painful, right? It looks painful, all those swords in his stomach right there. But we have trust in divine timing. Sometimes whatever's ending, it isn't punishment, it's preparation. Like you had to release what could no longer grow so something happier and healthier could begin. I'm hearing here this week, trust anything that has fallen away. If anything is coming from the past, anything that's happening from the past that's coming up, I'm hearing take the time out to release it. Let it fall away. And I'm hearing make space for the sunrise, because something good is coming next. Well, Malia Virgo Cusp this week reminds you that not every delay is a denial, not every ending is a loss. Easier said than done. I know I was heavy in our emotions and feeling the pain and the loss, but not every unexpected change is working also against you. Like the conversations that could be happening this week, or the invitations, or the reunions, or even the sudden changes are all helping, guiding you towards the next version of your life. So what I'm hearing is here, stop fearing the unknown. The unknown is carrying blessings that you've never experienced before. Trust in the timing of things. Trust in the conversations. Trust in the redirections. And most importantly, I'm hearing yet, trust in yourself. Perhaps you feel like sharing with us in the comments what unexpected changes are you choosing to trust instead of fear this week. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing the videos, beautiful souls. And I'm hearing, until next time, my beautiful souls, I'm hearing here, before I let you go here, is keep following the signs, trust the timing of your journey, and remember the conversation Spirit places in your path this week may be the very ones that actually change your future. Yeah, 3s is really a significant number for you guys this week. Let me know in the comments, have you been seeing 3s, 6s, and 8s, 10s. 10s is that completion. Definitely something about communication or travel happening, messages. I'm sending you love and light and blessings for the week ahead, and I'll check you around. Virgo Libra Cusp, someone or something from the past could resurface this week, but Spirit says this isn't about going backwards. It's more about finally seeing the truth with new eyes. Hello, my beautiful Virgo Libra Cuspers. Let's jump straight into your cards, because this reading feels incredibly intuitive. Like what Spirit is showing me here is a little bit of emotional distance, divine timing, unexpected detours, and a powerful moment of clarity that just changes the way you see situations this week. Note that we do have the Sun Mercury, the Sun conjunct Mercury in Cancer. Also have the new moon in Cancer, and also Mercury still retrograde. So communication from the past, unfinished conversations, old memories, and just moments of reflection are still like or highlighted this week, I'm hearing. But your reading isn't really asking you to relive the past. It's more about understanding why it happened so that you can move forward with wisdom. All right, like if we're looking at your weekly theme here, we have detached and cold, and we have the King of Cups here. This combination immediately really caught my attention here. You could have strong water placements, or someone around you that has strong water placements, a masculine energy here too. The King of Cups is normally the energy of emotional maturity, emotionally mature, someone that's calm, that's compassionate. But paired with detachment, like the theme here this week, Spirit is showing me someone who is keeping their emotions beneath the surface. So like I said, this could be you, or it could be someone around you. Perhaps it's you that's protecting your heart because of you've been disappointed before, or maybe someone you're dealing with cares deeply but struggles to express what they're feeling. I also feel some of you may choose to become emotionally detached this week, not because you stop caring, but because you choosing peace over emotional chaos. Like there's a difference, right? And what Spirit's saying is protecting your peace isn't the same as closing your heart, right? And with the Cancer new moon right in the beginning of this week and leading the energy this week, I'm hearing you learning to respond with emotional maturity rather than reacting from old wounds. All right, so let's dive in further and have a look at what is the beginning of the week. So by the time you've gotten this, it would have already happened, all right? Maybe it still could happen, all right? Energy is timeless, all right? Ace, Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, all right? I'm reading here for my beautiful Virgo Libras. Two of Cups, more water energy coming through. It's actually quite a beautiful combination because it's almost like right in the beginning of the week, it brings that possibility of new emotional or practical beginnings. Some of you, this could be something about a relationship. A new relationship could be beginning. Renewal within a relationship, all right? Partnerships that's becoming stronger. A job offer for some of you. Signing a contract. Financial growth for some of you. Someone wanting to build something stable with you. Yeah. Ace, Earth. Like, I feel like the energy of long-term potential. Two of Cups speaks about that mutual respect and connection. And it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, right? It's just like two energies coming together in alignment. So this could be finding the right business partners, reconnecting with close friends, or finding a friend that you can connect with, or strengthening family bonds. What Spirit's saying, what begins this week has really the potential to grow into something lasting. Let's have a look at the middle of the week. Here's something about fate, detours, divine interventions. All right, let's get another one out here. The tree of life could be significant as well. All right, again, a lightning as well. Some of you may be experiencing storms in your areas. Three of Wands, threes could be significant. Twos, 23. I like this reading. I like this reading, yes, but I like these two cards. This energy. Sometimes we think we've missed an opportunity, all right? But then, like, you get redirected, all right? Like the Spirit redirects us towards something better, all right? Expansion energy here, Three of Wands, all right? Divine timing, I'm getting the divine timing, all right? Divine timing is at work here. Some of you may experience this week unexpected travel. There could be a delayed opportunity finally arriving. Hearing back from someone. Maybe there's going to be a surprise invitation. Plans could be changing at the last minute. I'm hearing whatever this is, don't resist the detour. Yeah, in the middle of the week, something as unexpected could be happening. Yeah, Spirit is showing me a road closed ahead, but then another road opens that's even more beautiful. The detour wasn't punishment, I'm hearing. All this is happening is protection, I'm hearing. Fate is stepping in, all right? By the end of the week, we have guarded and vulnerability. Let's have a look. What is happening here? So if this is not happening more towards end of the week, this energy could play out at any time. All right. Number 9s could be significant as well. Any of these numbers also that come out could be your life path number. It could be a synchronicity that you're seeing. It could be a placement that's within your chart. 9 of Swords is the stress energy. Towards the end of the week, maybe your thoughts could become louder than your intuition. 9 of Swords is that late night overthinking. Like maybe you could be questioning yourself, those thoughts that come up, like, did you make the right decision? Or what if you don't choose? What if they don't choose you? What if everything falls apart? Like a lot of this energy has been coming up. But Spirit's reminding you here that if this energy does come up this week for you, this situation, the stress, the overthinking, feeling guarded, feeling vulnerable, Just remember that not every thought also deserves your belief. Being vulnerable can feel uncomfortable, right? Especially if you've been hurt before. But vulnerability isn't weakness, right? It's courage. Even the astrology this week supports the emotional healing that's happening. I'm hearing here, allow yourself to feel without allowing the fear to control your story. This card, memory and nostalgia, it really reminding me here of this Mercury retrograde in Cancer that's happening, all right? And Mercury retrograde is happening all the way until the 23rd. All right, let's see what else. Magician. Okay, so this combination tells me something from the past is returning, but for a reason. Someone may send you a message, reconnect after silence, apologize, maybe might appear in your dreams. Somebody might suddenly cross your mind. For others, this is remembering an old dream or passion that you've abandoned years ago, but now you have all the tools that you didn't have back then. This isn't necessarily about repeating the past. It's about seeing it differently, right? Seeing how much you've grown, you've healed, you've learned. And Mercury retrogrades often bring unfinished chapters and projects and situations back, not always to restart them, but sometimes to finally close them with peace or to choose differently, make a different choice, all right? And if it is fated, that situation maybe is meant to happen. So it doesn't necessarily have to be negative. It could be positive. This is like returning because it's meant to stay, or maybe because it's finally time to let it go. All right. Your advice for the week is epiphany and a breakthrough. Hermit, number 9. Double 9 in your readings. 9s could be significant. All right. I'm hearing this is your breakthrough week for some of you. All right. That's what Spirit's coming to say is your advice. Just whatever happens this week, just know this is your breakthrough week on something. Not because everything suddenly changes overnight, but because I'm hearing something about your perspective changes. The Hermit does say slow down, be still, journal, meditate, spend time in nature, whatever works for you, right? I'm hearing just take that time to listen to your intuition instead of the outside noise. Like the Spirit's saying, your biggest answers won't arrive through the overthinking. They're going to arrive in that moment of quiet. I honestly feel many of you are about to have an aha moment when something finally makes sense. You know, before you fall asleep, that final thought, all right, whatever you've been stressing or worrying about, that final thought is sometimes like a breakthrough. Extra channel that I'm getting here for some of you. And I'm hearing something once this aha moment happens, right? You'll never see the situation the same way again. Let's have a look at the hidden energy. Third eye and clarity. Oh wow, Page of Swords. Behind everything this week, I'm hearing, behind everything happening this week is truth. Some of you, your intuition is becoming sharper. I'm hearing pay attention to the repeating signs, the synchronicities, the dreams, conversations, those intuitive nudges, the little pieces of information that may seem just really insignificant. The Page of Swords also suggests that someone may be observing you, gathering information, preparing to communicate. Like what Spirit's saying is like your greatest gift this week isn't what someone else is doing. It's about your own clarity. You'll know exactly what feels right. Well, my Virgo Libra Cusp this week isn't about really forcing those answers. It's about allowing the truth to reveal itself naturally. It's about allowing the universe, right, to step in and gently remove the emotional fog. People meant for you won't require you to abandon yourself. The opportunities meant for you won't require you to chase endlessly. The clarity that you have been praying for is already making its way to you. I'm hearing here that the answer that you've been searching for isn't outside of you. It's actually being quietly growing within you all along. I'm hearing trust your intuition, trust the detours, Trust the divine timing of things. Trust that fate. Alright. Because whatever it has been maybe feeling like a delay today may actually become one of your greatest blessings tomorrow. So beautiful souls, if you feel like sharing with us in the comments, what are you finally seeing clearly this week? If you come back to this, alright, or this is already played out for you, that clarity came through already. Is it a relationship? Is it a career path or something about yourself? If you feel called to share with us, thank you for liking the video, subscribing, turning on your notification bells. Until next time, keep trusting your intuition, beautiful soul. Keep following the signs, and remember, sometimes the greatest breakthrough doesn't come from changing your path, but from seeing your path with new eyes. I'm sending you all so much love and light for the week ahead, beautiful souls, and I'll check you around. Libra, Scorpio, Cusp. It's like Spirit is showing me something you've been quietly building. Something you've been quietly building is about to become much stronger. But first I'm hearing one truth you've been avoiding needs your attention this week. Beautiful souls, let's dive into your weekly theme here. We have, from the Yin Yang Oracle, we have forming structure, solid foundation with the Four of Swords. Fours is also about that foundation, security. Four of Swords is also about resting, healing, recovering. This week feels quieter than I'm hearing the last few weeks, but also don't mistake the quiet for nothing happening. Like this week, Spirit is saying it's a building week, but not a rushing week. Like, I'm hearing here that your soul's busy laying a foundation that you can't fully see yet, while everyone else seems to be maybe busy chasing the next thing, or like your energy I'm hearing is asking you to slow down long enough for something lasting to take shape. Alright, we still have that Mercury retrograde as well until the 23rd. I'm hearing don't be surprised if some sort of plans do get paused, meetings get rescheduled, people take longer to respond, or you feel called to rethink a decision. Yeah, don't feel like, maybe some of you might feel called to rethink a decision that you believed was already made, rather than seeing the delay as an obstacle. Like the Spirit saying these opportunities is happening to strengthen your foundation. Some of you, this is going to be about your career. Some of you, this is about your home, your finances, your relationships. You may even find yourself recognizing recognizing something within your workplace, or reorganizing your workplace. Some of you are decluttering your home, maybe reviewing contracts, maybe some of you are recreating new routines that support the future that you're trying to build. Sometimes, like your spirit, right, builds the strongest blessings during season that look the quietest. Perhaps fours is this very strong synchronicity for some of you. Right in the beginning of the week, we have Sun, Strength, and Empowerment. Wow. Let's get a card out here and have a look what it's. The Moon, Pisces, Cancer energy. And also the day that I'm recording your part of the video is we do have the new moon. That looks like a full moon, obviously, but we do have the new moon in Cancer. Wolves and dogs could be significant as well. Sun, the sun, sitting out in the sun, getting some of that vitamin D, spending out, just spending out in nature, in the sunlight. I'm hearing here, externally, you being asked to step into confidence and personal power. Internally, I'm hearing maybe you're still questioning something. You may smile on the outside, but you're secretly wondering, are you making the right decisions? Can you trust this person? Should you move forward or wait? This could play out in actually many ways. Maybe some of you suddenly become warmer towards, someone could become warmer towards you after weeks of distance. Maybe you're offered an opportunity that sounds exciting but leaves you with unanswered questions. Maybe your intuition is whispering something that your logic mind keeps trying to ignore, or your mind is trying to still catch up. But what Spirit is saying is, don't let temporary uncertainty convince you that you're on the wrong path. The moon doesn't mean danger, all right? It just simply means that not all the pieces of that puzzle has been revealed yet. All right, let's have a look here in the middle of the week. Closed off, guarded, and resistance. 7 of Cups. Midweek choices will begin appearing, I'm hearing. Like the 7 of Cups often brings multiple opportunities. It could be also distractions, emotional confusion, or maybe some people that do make promises that sound better than the reality. Maybe you might notice someone avoiding some sort of direct communication, or perhaps you are the one that's protecting your heart or guarded because of some sort of disappointment. So what I'm hearing here is you are guarding yourself because your intuition is protecting you. Or maybe it's because of some sort of past wounds, are expecting the history to repeat itself. Yeah, there's a difference between one that protects your peace. Okay, yeah, I'm hearing there was a difference. Something also about one protects your peace, the other keeps blessings outside the door. This Mercury retrograde might also bring people back into your life, an old friend, an ex, a previous employer, someone that you have unfinished business with. But before reopening that chapter, maybe it's time to ask yourself whether they're offering genuine change or simply familiar comfort. What does your body say regarding that thing that wants to come back in? That thing that maybe confuses you? Air, Ace, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, this is end of the week. 7 of Pentacles. Double sevens could be significant. All right. Was it last week we had the 7-7 portal? I'm hearing by end of this week, some sort of clarity will start arriving. Not because everything just suddenly changes, but because something about your perspective could change. 7 of Pentacles reminds you about patience and also that growth isn't always immediate. Maybe you've been waiting for a promotion, waiting for someone to commit, waiting for financial improvement, waiting for help. I'm hearing here that you're actually closer than you think. Perhaps that full moon in Aquarius will be very significant for you guys. That will be coming up now soon. But I'm hearing patience. Patience instead of panic. You're closer than you think. Sometimes we do tend to dig up a seed because we think nothing is growing underneath the soil, right? But growth has been happening the whole time. Messages and notifications could be really significant. I mean, with all the Mercury energy also happening, communication and messages, technology. The weekend, something to do with home, family, commitment, that 4 energy. I'm seeing the 4 energy again in my mind's eye. Strength. Alright, this is the 8 energy. 8s could also be significant. 8 divided by 2 becomes 4. 2 and 4 could be significant. Strength, Leo energy. Lions, cats. These, these tackies could be kind of significant. I can't remember the name now of them. I hit a blank. This weekend, really, I feel this grounding energy that you may really spend time with family, reconnect with someone that's important, have meaningful conversations, or simply enjoy the comfort of being home. For some of you, this is family healing dynamics that will be happening. For some of you, this is someone proving through actions, not just the words, they actually committed. Because action speaks louder than words, right? And strength also reminds you that the real power isn't loud, it's patient, it's compassionate. It's choosing peace when your ego wants conflict. You may even surprise yourself by responding with maturity where the old version of you would have reacted emotionally. I'm hearing there's growth that's happening within some family home dynamic. Let's have a look at your advice for the week. We have renewal and spark. Fireworks could have been significant at one point. Yeah, sunrises, pain, healing happening after a painful ending. This actually, looks quite dramatic. But I'm hearing here, Spirit wants to see the blessing that's hidden inside. Something that is really truly ending this time. But this ending is happening because it's reached its natural conclusion. An old belief about yourself, a draining relationship, a toxic work environment, a relationship, fear of maybe being rejected, a chapter that you quietly outgrown. The Ten of Swords isn't really predicting a disaster. It's more about that sunrise, that renewal, that spark. This is confirming that what has been exhausting and painful, it doesn't really get to follow you. It doesn't follow you into the next season, I'm hearing. Sometimes the ending you feared becomes the freedom that you've been praying for. Let's have a look at the underlining energy. We have decisions here. The color yellow could be significant. Crossroad energy. Queen of Cups. That's sun shining. Wings. Dresses. Yeah, this is the hidden energy I'm feeling like behind everything happening this week. Like, I'm hearing that your intuition already knows the answer. Queen of Cups, that water energy, right? That Queen of Cups is actually coming through to remind you that your heart has been trying to guide you long before your mind catches up. You don't need everyone else's opinion. You don't need every detail before making the next move. I'm hearing that you already know. I'm hearing trust what feels peaceful. Trust what feels peaceful, not what feels familiar. My Libra Scorpios, this week isn't about asking you to rush. It's about asking you to trust what's quietly building. Also, remember, not every breakthrough arrives with that fireworks. Sometimes it arrives through that one conversation, that one decision, the one moment where you finally choose yourself. And this Mercury retrograde has come in, really knocking on everyone's doors. Something about, revisits of old chapters. But it doesn't always mean that you're meant to live there again. Sometimes Spirit brings something back, not to restart that story, but to show you how much you've grown. How your decisions have changed. I'm hearing here that you've worked too hard to return to the version of yourself that settled for less. The future that you're creating needs a stronger, wiser version of you. I'm hearing you've worked too hard to return to the version of yourself that really settled for less. The future that you're creating needs a stronger, wiser version of you. Some of you need to rehear that. Perhaps you can affirm in the comments, I trust the foundation my spirit is building with me. I choose clarity, peace, and the path meant for my highest good. Until next time, beautiful soul, take care of yourself, trust your intuition, and remember the universe always is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it yet. I'm sending you all love and light, and I'll check you around. Scorpio, Sagittarius cusps. This week, one unexpected breakthrough could completely change the direction you're heading. Like what Spirit's saying here is, don't overlook the small opportunities. It has much bigger potential than at first as it appears, right? So let's dive in and have a look here at your weekly theme here. We do have Epiphany, a breakthrough, and we have the Page of Cups. Scorpio, Sagittarius cuspers, I feel like this week there's like a fresh, it feels like a fresh air after holding your breath for some time, right? A long time. Like what Spirit is like showing me here is that something clicks for you this week. It may not be loud or it may not be dramatic, but it's enough for you to shift your perspective. Like the Page of Cups often is the energy of unexpected messages, heartfelt conversations, creative inspiration, apologies, emotional surprises. Yeah, I mean, even with the Epiphany here, it feels like finally understanding something that you've been questioning for weeks. Now, we do have that Mercury retrograde that's still active right until the 23rd. I'm hearing here, don't be surprised if this breakthrough comes through someone from your past. And it could be an old conversation, a dream, or even something that you suddenly remember. For some of you, this could be about receiving a text, maybe even an email that you weren't expecting. Some of you, this is about realizing that you've been overlooking an answer outside of yourself. Oh, maybe you've been looking, yeah, okay, what she's saying here is, they're saying here, you've been looking for answers outside of yourself when you've known the truth all along. So like sometimes Spirit doesn't change your circumstances, all right? Your circumstances doesn't always change first, but sometimes change, like the universe, Spirit, your angels, they change the way you see them first. So that is your weekly theme, all right? I'm hearing something about perspective changes, the way you see things. All right, let's have a look here. Also, a Taurus, a Virgo, Capricorn could be significant. But we'll get to those messages here. Right in the beginning of the week, we have a nurture and compassion. Let's have a look here. 5 of Swords. 5s could be a significant number. The ocean could be really significant. Looks like really like the ocean there at the back. Like at first glance, right, these two energies, they almost seem opposite, but together they're actually incredibly healing. I'm like hearing like earlier, right in the beginning of this week, you may find yourself dealing with conflict, tension, there could be misunderstandings, someone wanting to prove that they're right, all right, with all the Mercury that's happening right now, a lot of things about the communication, the mind. Maybe it's going to be, maybe it's been some, maybe it could just be some sort of disagreement that happens somewhere, whether it's at work, home, with people, a family member that refused to listen, a friendship where pride creates the distance. Perhaps it's you having that mental battle with yourself. Whatever this is, right? Winning every argument isn't the same as finding peace. I'm hearing this week it's a week to choose compassion over the competition. It doesn't mean allowing people to walk over you. It just means asking yourself Is it really worth my energy? Sometimes walking away is actually the strongest move that you can make, right? All right, let's have a look here. In the middle of the week, we have rejection, loss, fragmented. Six of Pentacles. This combination tells me that you've been feeling like your energy hasn't been returned equally returned. Perhaps you've been the one always checking in, always giving, always supporting everyone else. But when you need someone, silence feels louder. For others, this may be related to work and finances. Like you may feel like you overlooked an opportunity or wondering why someone else received the recognition while you've been doing all the hard work, working so hard. So this is just a gentle reminder that rejection isn't always redirection because something rejection isn't always redirection because something better is guaranteed. Sometimes it's simply the information that the situation, the relationship, the opportunity, it isn't always aligned with where you're going. Six of Pentacles asks you to notice where energy is flowing. Are you constantly pouring into people who leave your cup empty? I'm definitely getting the energy of balance being restored. Let's have a look at the end of the week. This is like promising freedom, leap, Uranus, opportunities, right? Uranus is currently in Gemini. Uranus energy could really be significant. Eight of Pentacles. This is where everything starts moving, all right? The opportunities that you've been waiting for, it doesn't arrive because of luck, I'm hearing. It arrives because because of the work that you've already done behind the scenes. You've been consistent. Your consistency is what's opening the doors. Someone might be noticing your skills. A client may reach out. An opportunity may appear. Maybe it's going to be a hobby that could begin turning something into something bigger. Could also just be you deciding to finally invest in yourself, taking a course, launching ideas, updating your CV, starting a new project. And Uranus says take that leap, right? The opportunity may not come wrapped exactly how you expected. All right? Consistency. The work that you've been putting in. Upscaling yourself. Weekend, we have Ace, Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and we have the Page of Pentacles. This weekend, the energy feels grounding, incredibly grounding. I feel like this is, especially after the week of some sort of emotional shifts, there's practical progress. You may receive news about money, a new job, a study opportunity, a business idea. Or maybe simply you begin making plans that create more stability. Some of you may finally sit down and recognize your finances, but it's actually organize your finances. Maybe you'll recognize something about your finances and then reorganize them. Others of you could start researching something that's been on your heart for months. But the Page of Pentacles, right? It reminds you that great success starts with one small consistent step. Don't underestimate the small beginnings. All right. Here shows consistency. All right. Here shows that one consistent step towards something else. Perhaps an earth sign really could be significant. Here, for your advice for the week, here we have masculine energy. I'm hearing something about taking the action, taking practical action, taking action. All right, masculine energy, action. Page of Wands. Yeah, definitely I'm hearing, yeah, taking that action, not reckless action, inspired action. And masculine energy doesn't necessarily have to be gender. You don't have to be a masculine, right? It's just the energy, masculine energy, that is confidence, leadership, movement, and believing enough in yourself to take the first step. I'm hearing adventure, adventurous, being curious, optimistic. Instead of waiting for everything to feel perfect, send that application, start that conversation, share that idea, book that appointment. Make the first move towards the life that you've been imagining. Momentum begins with one brave decision. Let's have a look at the underlining energy here. Very interesting. We have spy, watching, inspecting. Ace of Wands. Very interesting energy coming through. Very, very. Yeah, definitely behind the scenes, someone is paying attention. Some of you, this could be someone quietly admiring your work, your growth, your confidence. Perhaps it's a manager who has really been noticing your efforts. Perhaps someone you've distanced yourself from is watching your journey from afar. Maybe it's like your spirit team is simply asking you to observe before reacting. This Mercury retrograde often does bring that unexpected context, delayed communication, people resurfacing. Not everyone watching your journey, I'm hearing, has bad intentions. Some are simply waiting for the right moment to perhaps approach you. At the same time, the Ace of Wands, right? There's like this brand new beginning that's trying to enter your life. I'm hearing, don't stay focused on the person or the thing or whatever that's watching, who's watching, all right? That you then eventually miss the exciting opportunity that's unfolding right in front of you. There is a new opportunity that is going to happen. Underlining here. Nature could really be significant to some of you. The ocean, I think I did mention. Watching sunrises, watching sunsets. Scorpio Sag, I'm hearing your breakthrough this week isn't just about receiving something new. It's more about becoming someone new. Interesting. That you're learning that not every battle deserves your energy. Not every closed door deserves another knock, right? Not every delay means you being denied. Like Mercury retrograde may reconnect you with unfinished conversations, but like Spirit is saying here that your future is built by the choices that you make today, right? Not the chapters that you've already lived through, but I'm hearing, trust the small opportunities, trust your instincts. You know, that gut nudges, those little nudges, those quiet nudges that you get that's telling you to take that step forward, move forward. This week has the energy to plant those seeds, to grow something much bigger over the coming months. Perhaps you can affirm in the comments or let us know in the comments, like affirming like you welcome new opportunities with courage. You release what no longer serves you and you trust the breakthroughs that Spirit is bringing into your life. Until next time, my beautiful Scorpio Sagittarius, keep trusting your intuition, keep following your heart, and remember, sometimes the smallest step that you take this week becomes the beginning of the biggest transformation of your life. So I'm sending you so much love and light for the week ahead, and I'll definitely check you around. Sag, Capricorn, Cuspers, Spirit says this is the week where the masks come off, whether it's your own truth or someone else's. Something hidden is ready to be revealed, and it changes how you move forward. So, beautiful souls, let's dive in and look at your weekly theme. We have toxicity, bound, patterns, beliefs, Cade. I'm probably not pronouncing that properly. And the King of Cups, Scorpio energy, water energy. Could be Cancer energy. It could be Pisces energy. This week is about emotional maturity and recognizing patterns that you have finally grown out. King of Cups is like the energy of maybe you learning to stay emotionally balanced even while people around you aren't. Yeah, toxicity. Someone or a situation may not be exactly as it appears. Now, we are right in the middle of the Mercury retrograde in Cancer, right? I wanted to say now backwards. And this energy is happening until the 23rd. Some conversations from the past could have been resurfacing, old relationships, family dynamics, workplace situations, anything that's unresolved, even unresolved emotions coming up for another look. Some of you, this is someone pretending everything is fine when it isn't. Others of you, this is like realizing that you're pretending you're okay because you didn't want to burden anyone else. What Spirit's saying, you don't have to keep carrying emotional weight. You don't have to keep carrying the emotional weight just because you carried it for a long time. You don't have to keep carrying it because you've carried it for a long time already. And yeah, healthy healing happens with honest acknowledgement, all right? I'm feeling towards some sort of situation. Some sort of masculine energy could be significant. All right, let's have a look at the beginning of the week. We have Air, Ace, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Any of those energies could be significant. Moon, here's that water, Cancer, Pisces energy. Wolves, dogs could be significant. Yeah, the beginning of the week, it feels a little bit uncertain. So this week starts off feeling a little uncertain. The moon is like, not everything is clear yet. Maybe you receive mixed messages. Someone may say one thing but then mean another. Plans may change unexpectedly, or you may simply feel that your intuition is picking up on something that you can't quite explain. Perhaps there's a bit of blur happening, blurry communication. But I'm hearing don't rush to conclusions. If someone doesn't reply immediately, or let's say if it's paperwork that's been delayed, or if a conversation feels incomplete, I'm hearing just allow things to unfold naturally. Sometimes the confusion exists because important information hasn't arrived yet. Yeah, and the day that I'm recording today, I'm a bit late on my weekly reading, all right? We had a bit of problems with our internet connection, Mercury. And today is the new moon in Cancer, right in the beginning of the week. Yeah, just allow things to unfold naturally. And yeah, sometimes confusion exists because important information hasn't arrived yet, okay? So let it arrive, give it time. Don't stress out if someone didn't reply immediately or whatever the case is. Yeah, your intuition is going to be your greatest guide this week, all right? I feel like this moon card is about your intuition. Perhaps you have strong air placements. All right, middle of the week, renewal and spark. Beautiful shift here. Let's see what else. The sun. Oh, definitely a beautiful shift. Look how the sun is shining through. Horses could be significant. After uncertainty, there's definitely clarity. So there's the moon, there's the sun. All right, from uncertainty to clarity. Confidence, joy, breakthrough, renewed hope. All right, beautiful this year for the middle of the week. Maybe some of you are going to receive good news. Maybe you're going to solve a problem that you've been worrying about. Maybe you'll feel motivated again after some sort of emotional exhaustion. Maybe you're going to see some sort of relationship improvement. Finally believing in yourself again. Some of you, this could simply be waking up one morning and realizing, I'm actually not that stuck. I'm actually not stuck. I'm not stuck anymore if you have been feeling stuck. definitely this is that spark that Spirit has been preparing you for. Leo energy, we are moving into Leo season. Jupiter is currently in Leo. Those energies could also be significant for some of you. Let's have a look here at the end of the week. Forming structure, a solid foundation. The ocean could be significant for some of you. Doesn't have to be. Five of Swords. Okay, here Spirit is saying build wisely. Five of Swords isn't necessarily predicting conflict. I mean, we are in Mercury retrograde, alright, miscommunication. I'm hearing here instead, I'm hearing it's asking you to consider how you're protecting your peace. You may need to walk away from unnecessary drama. Maybe it's a disagreement at work, a family argument. Someone who already wants, somebody who always wants the last word, the last say. Winning at all costs. This week is going to be about choosing your peace, making the choice to choose your peace. You know, if you're feeling overwhelmed with a conversation, ask if you can have a time out and say you'll come back to it. Instead of having a big roo-rah. Because remember, choosing peace is more rewarding than proving a point. Building a solid future sometimes means refusing to build in it on conflict. Step away from the conflict. Your energy, I'm hearing, is really too valuable to spend that exhausting energy on battles that don't really change your life, you know. Fives could be a significant number. Tens. Threes. This could also all lead down to that toxicity in patterns and, you know. All right, let's have a look at the weekend energy. Here's regret and suppression and repression. Regret and repression. Let's get another out here. The Tarot. Page of Cups. All right, also sunsets could be really insignificant for some of you. The weekend feels softer and more emotional. Someone may actually reach out unexpectedly. Getting Pisces, water energy also for some of you. You may think about someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. Maybe something about memories on the weekend could surface that quietly have been tucked away. Yeah, this Mercury retrograde came in with a bang. It started okay, but as the days progress, things have been happening, right? Internet issues, technology issues, emotions that's coming up for another go. Another visit, should I say, or conversations coming up for another go. But, you know, Mercury retrograde has a way of reopening those emotional chapters and things, right? Not always so we can return to them, but so we can finally understand them. Some of you, this may have to do something with an apology. For others of you, this is your own heart finally forgiving yourself. Spirit's like reminding you, regret isn't only useful if it teaches you. Yeah, regret is only useful if it teaches you something, right? Don't build a home in yesterday, right? Take the lesson and continue moving forward. Avoidance in stalemate. This is your advice from Spirit, okay? And justice. She's standing on business with that sword facing down, right? Yeah, Spirit's coming through very clear here that there's something that you've maybe been postponing. It could be a conversation, a decision, a boundary, paperwork, a choice you've been hoping will somehow make itself. Justice is like the energy of the longer you avoid it, the heavier it becomes. I'm like getting the energy that this week is asking you to face things honestly, speak with integrity, be fair to yourself as much as you are with everyone else. Justice also reminds you that whatever you put into the world, whatever you put out, has its sort of a way of returning, right? It's like karma, right? As above, so below, right? As within, as without, as within, whatever, however it goes. I can't remember now. My brain is hitting a stumbling moment here. But yeah, choose honesty, choose balance, choose Definitely whatever aligns for your highest good. What is good for you? All right? Always what's good for you is good for the other. Your hidden energy here, guarded and vulnerability. Wow. Sun, strength, empowerment. That's positive. I'm hearing vulnerability is your superpower. Seven of Wands. Boundaries. Okay, what I'm hearing with this hidden energy of the week ahead is build, behind everything happening this week is a heart that's trying to protect itself. Maybe you've been disappointed before. Maybe you've trusted the wrong people. Maybe you're afraid that if you let your guard down, you'll get hurt again. Spirit completely understands why you've built those walls around you. But Spirit's like saying, also asking gently, like, are those walls protecting your peace or preventing love, opportunities, and healing from reaching you? Because there's a difference, right? You don't have to lower your every boundary, but you also don't have to fight every person who comes near your heart. Very interesting energy coming through. My Sagittarius Capricorns this week is about emotional wisdom. It's about recognizing the strength, your strength isn't preventing your strength isn't about pretending everything is fine. And it's not preventing from the sun and strength and empowerment from happening. Okay, so this video was paused because I had to cough and I didn't realize I didn't unpause it. So let's close this video out, beautiful souls. My Sagittarius Capricorns, this Mercury retrograde. So I don't want to cough on the recording, so I pause so I can cough, alright? Since I was ill a few weeks ago, I'm still struggling with my chest. But anyway, I don't want to cough on here, you know? It's a little rude and probably doesn't sound good. So anyway, back to you. Let's close this out. That this energy for you, it's this week, right? This week is about the emotional wisdom, right? It's about recognizing the strength. That strength isn't pretending that everything is fine, all right? Messages could really be significant as well. That strength here, it's like strength is facing the truth with grace. This Mercury retrograde really came with a bang, with old conversations, old emotions, familiar faces that came back into your world, right? But this time, you're not the same person you were because you've grown, you've learned, you've become wiser. The choices you make this week are really helping you to build that foundation for your next chapter. The next chapter of your journey. You know, I'm hearing here, trust your intuition, protect your peace. And never be afraid to choose what feels right for your soul, even if it looks different from what everyone else expects. And thank you so much for liking the video, leaving those comments, subscribing, you know, sharing these videos, donating to the channel, purchasing those one question clarity readings. Perhaps you can affirm in the comments, I release the unhealthy patterns, I trust my inner wisdom, and I choose the path that brings peace, truth, and lasting growth. Until next time, my beautiful Sag, Capricorn, Cuspers, remember, every lesson that you've lived through has really prepared you for the blessings that are now finding their way to you. Trust the process, trust yourself, and keep moving forward. Love and light for the week ahead, beautiful. Capricorn, Aquarius, Cuspers, this week, Spirit says, one truth sets you free. The moment you stop holding on to what no longer belongs in your life, a new door begins to open. Welcome you, my beautiful souls. Thank you for hitting that like button and leaving comments and being subscribers here. Let's have a look at your weekly theme here. We have release, surrender, purge with the Ace of Swords. clarity. This feels like clarity after weeks of uncertainty. Ace of Swords is one of those cards that really is the energy of cutting through the confusion, combined with release and surrender. Like Spirit's like showing me here, something that you've been overthinking finally is becoming clear. You know, we are in that Mercury retrograde period, right? Right until the 23rd. Clarity comes after delays, misunderstandings, revisiting those old conversations, something that you couldn't understand before. Something just starts making perfect sense. For some of you, this is finally accepting that a certain chapter has ended. For others, this is deciding to let go of some sort of guilt, fear, resentment, expectations that you've been carrying a bit too long. This could be like deciding not to chase someone who's become distant, finally deleting something that you've been holding on to, walking away from a situation that's been draining your energy, speaking your truth after staying silent. Like Spirit says, sometimes surrender isn't about giving up, right? It's making room for something healthier to enter. That seems to be your weekly theme, right? Surrender, letting go, allowing the clarity to come in, even purging. The Mercury retrograde could be bringing out you purging these emotions, all right, from the past. But right in the beginning of the week, though, we do have fulfillment wish with Temperance. Sag energy coming through here. The week begins with beautiful healing energy, all right? Healing energy that brings fulfillment and wishes. Temperance is also reminding you that everything doesn't happen overnight, right? Sometimes what I'm hearing, okay, is that some of you have been praying for something, okay? Something that brings you fulfillment. Maybe it's a wish, all right? For a relationship to improve. Maybe it's financial stability. Maybe it's a new opportunity. Maybe it's healing. But this card's saying that your blessings are unfolding, even if you can't see the full piece yet. If you can't see all the pieces yet of the puzzle, all right? Then the new moon also in the beginning of this week, the energy really encouraged the emotional new beginnings, while the Mercury retrograde is like reminding you not to rush the process. Some of you may receive encouraging news or simply feel a deep sense that you finally are moving in the right direction, you know? I'm hearing patience. Patience isn't delaying your blessings, all right? It's basically, I'm hearing you are being prepared. It's preparing you to receive these blessings. Here's that third eye and clarity, and it's with the Hangman, Pisces energy, all right? Looking at things from a different perspective. Maybe you're being asked to pause in the middle of this week or sometime during this week, not because you're stuck, but because Spirit wants you to see something differently, all right? Hangman often appears when we're trying to force answers that can only come through that stillness, allowing your third eye to open, allowing that clarity to come in. You may suddenly understand why something didn't work out, why someone behaved the way they did, or why a delay actually protected you. This could happen through a dream, a conversation, a random thought, or simply one quiet moment where everything just clicks. I'm hearing trust those intuitive nudges this week. What is your body saying? What is when you're in quiet and stillness? Your inner wisdom is stronger than the outside opinions, all right? The color white could be significant for some of you. Here by end of the week, we have ego, vanity, and pride with the Knight of Cups. More Pisces energy coming through, water energy. This is like where emotions become important, all right? Some of you maybe someone might approach you with an offer, an apology, an emotional conversation. Some of you, this is going to be about romance. For others, this is someone finally expressing what they've been feeling. Pay attention to pride, I'm hearing, and ask yourself, is someone acting from genuine love, or are they acting because they don't like losing control? Likewise, are you holding back your feelings because you're protecting your heart, or because your pride won't let you be vulnerable? Mercury retrograde often brings people back, right? Not everyone returns for the same reason. whatever this is, take that pause, wait for that clarity to come in, take your time, observe actions more than the promises, right? By the weekend, we have integration, union, and judgment. Birds could be significant. I'm not sure if you can hear the birds every now and then singing here in the background. This weekend actually feels incredibly powerful. I'm hearing your angels are surrounding you. Judgment is one of those strong awakening cards, right? Strongest awakening cards in the tarot. Something comes full circle, decision is being made, a chapter is closing, or you may finally feel ready to step into a next version of yourself. Some of you, this could be reconciliation. It doesn't have to be reconciliation. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be platonic. For others, this is just about making peace with the past so you can move forward without carrying the old burdens, right? Making peace, letting go, healing, integrating. Integration means that all the lessons that you've learned are finally becoming the wisdom, right? You're no longer surviving, you'll be busy evolving. Your advice from Spirit for the week ahead is masculine energy, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's like action, masculine energy. It's time to take action where opportunities appear. I'm hearing here, yeah, the cycles are changing. Life is moving, doors are opening, but you still need to walk through them, right? You need to take the action to walk through it. Masculine doesn't necessarily mean you are a male, all right? It's just the energy. It's about confidence, leadership, making decisions, trusting yourself enough to move forward. If the opportunity appears, take the inspired action. Especially if inspiration strikes, right? Act on it. If your intuition tells you it's time, don't wait for the perfect conditions. Sometimes destiny meets us halfway. Let's have a look at the hidden energy. Here we have stability, harmony, and flow. Yoga, stretching could be significant. Oh, and we got the High Priestess. Behind everything happening this week is quite spiritual guidance. Again, like here we've got third eye, we've got the High Priestess, all right? Sometimes, not every answer arrives through the logic. They arrive through your intuition, through the dreams, the repeated signs, the synchronicities, the feelings that you just cannot explain. I'm hearing you're receiving guidance. You've been receiving some sort of guidance for a while now. The question isn't whether Spirit is speaking. The question is whether you're giving yourself enough quiet to hear it. All right? Taking that moment of quiet to hear it, to see it, to allow the clarity to come in, allowing your intuition to speak. Your peace is becoming your greatest your compass. Compasses could be significant. Aquarius, Capricorn Aquarius. This week is about trusting your soul, trusting what your soul already knows. The clarity you've been asking for is arriving, not all at once, but one truth at a time. This Mercury retrograde might bring up those old conversations, those unfinished businesses, and that familiar faces back into your life, situations, those situations coming back into for a repeat. But you don't have to return to the old version of yourself because an old situation returned. Because you've grown, you've healed, you become wiser. You handle the situations differently. And the Wheel of Fortune just reminds you, that your life is entering a new cycle. And the choices that you make now will shape what comes next. Release the things that are weighing you down. Trust your intuition and don't be afraid to walk towards the future that has quietly been waiting for you. Beautiful souls, thank you for liking the video, subscribing, leaving comments, and perhaps you can affirm in the comments that you release what no longer serves you and you trust in the divine timing. You're allowing your intuition, you follow your intuition and allowing your intuition to speak, trusting your intuition, and that you're welcoming the new chapter Spirit is opening up for you. Until next time, before Capricorn Aquarius Cuspers, remember, The strongest transformation often begins with one honest decision to let go of the things that no longer belongs. Your next chapter is already unfolding. Trust it. I'm sending you love and light for the week ahead, and I'll check you around. Aquarius, Pisces, Cuspers. This week, Spirit says one expected event is going to clears the path that you've been trying to force. What looks like a disruption may actually be your biggest blessing. Let's dive in, and let me tell you, I shuffled these cards. You saw, right? And it's so interesting. This same cards came out in the same position for the Capricorn Aquarius. And at the end of that specific reading, I mentioned Aquarius. So I'm not sure if this reading specifically, this energy is coming out for the Aquarius collective. Release, surrender, purge, and the Ace of Swords. Wow. Okay. Now, this week, the energy of the theme is truth. Perhaps it's in the beginning of this week, sometime during this week, towards the end of last week. Put the energy where it fits, okay? And I'm hearing it's not loud truth, but it's clear truth. The Ace of Swords, it's about the energy of something finally clicks. It's the truth, all right? Perhaps it's been the weeks of the uncertainty. This Mercury retrograde may actually help you reconnect the dots that you couldn't see before. Rather than pushing forward, you may be seeing something from a completely different perspective. I'm hearing stop carrying what no longer belongs to you. Release isn't always about walking away from people. Sometimes it's about releasing the guilt, releasing the expectations. Sometimes it's releasing the version of yourself where you believed you weren't enough. And even if we're looking at the astrology, I mean, we started this week off with the new moon in Cancer, the day that I'm recording this, all right? Today is Tuesday. Well, it could happen wherever you are in the world in certain time frame, but it's still happening in the beginning of the week, all right? And this Cancer new moon is like the theme for you in this week. And and I feel like this new moon in Cancer is actually asking everyone to emotionally reset. While the Mercury retrograde is happening, is encouraging to revisit the old conversations, the old ideas, the unfinished emotional business. Some of you, this could look like finally deleting messages that you've always kept for years. Some of you are finally deciding not to answer someone's text, finally maybe admitting something. For some of you, I'm getting also the energy, I deserve something healthier than this. Clarity coming this week isn't confusing, it's freeing. All right, but right in the beginning of the week here, we have union and soul ties, whether this is romantic or platonic, and the Wheel of Fortune. Fated, I'm getting that fated energy, all right? Someone may unexpectedly reach out. You could reconnect with old friends, an old client, a family member, or someone you haven't spoken to in months maybe. I mean, the Mercury retrograde is famous for bringing the unfinished connections back around. Yes, not every reunion is meant to restart. Sometimes reunions happen simply because we need closure or bring some sort of closure, all right? Others happen because two people have genuinely grown. You'll know which one it is by how your energy feels after the conversation, right? If you feel lighter, if you feel aligned, or if you feel drained. That's your answer too, right? How does your body feel? Some of you, this reunion isn't with another person. Maybe it's with yourself. You're remembering the dreams that you once gave up on, or you're reconnecting with your gifts that you forgot you had. The Wheel of Fortune does remind you that the cycles are always turning. The wheel's always turning. Life isn't standing still. Assistance, spirit guides, Six of Pentacles. Wow, middle of the week. I'm hearing in the middle of the week, your support system becomes very obvious. Spirit doesn't want you believing you have to do everything alone, that there is help available, help appears. Someone offers advice, someone recommends you, someone shares an opportunity, someone opens doors. Sometimes Spirit answers prayers through people. It also reminds you to receive and to give. Often love. Okay, Aquarius, Pisces, Cuspers. Often love helping everyone else. You guys like to help everyone else. But receiving can also feel uncomfortable. If someone offers kindness, accept it. If someone offers you support, allow it. The universe often works through generous hearts. You may also notice repeating numbers, meaningful dreams, feathers, songs, strange coincidences around this time, those little moments. Yeah, that is Spirit reminding you that they're walking beside you. The number 6 could be significant, number 7s, 3s. Let's have a look here. Storms, tower moments. All right, this looks like the tower card almost. Storm, unexpected. And with the 7 of Swords, right at the end of the week. Unexpected shifts. I'm hearing whatever this is, don't panic, okay? Some storms isn't here to scare you, it's to prepare you. Plans may suddenly change. Someone may cancel. Technology could act up, alright? I've already experienced that this week. That's why this video is delayed. Communication might become confusing thanks to Mercury retrograde, right? 7 of Swords is like the energy I'm feeling of slow down before reacting. Double check emails. Read contracts carefully. Confirm appointments. If someone is seeming a bit secretive, don't immediately assume the worst. Wait for more information. Some of you, this card may represent walking away quietly from unnecessary drama. Instead of arguing, choosing peace and honesty. Yeah, honestly, choosing your peace will be your greatest victory. Perhaps last week, the 7-7 portal could have been significant, which is still bringing the energy over to the middle of this week. Yeah, cycles, change, completion. Butterflies could be significant. Wow, did you see how that card just flung out my hand? It's like someone doesn't want you to see this, or maybe you don't want to see it. You don't want to maybe acknowledge that, listen, you've closed out some cycles. Creativity, the Empress. This is the weekend energy. By the weekend, there's going to be a lot of healing energy for you. It's going to feel, it's maybe about, it might feel healing. After everything that you've processed, maybe in the week, maybe your nervous system will chillax a little bit by the weekend. Some of you maybe spend time in natures. Maybe butterflies really could be significant. Look at the butterflies over her mouth. Maybe something about a family visit, creating something beautiful, cooking, gardening, resting, simply enjoying a slow down. Like, well, I'm getting this picture in my mind that someone's sitting outside with coffee or tea, watching the sunset and just realizing everything doesn't need to be figured out today. So some of you may receive wonderful news connected to home, family, creativity, pregnancy, abundance, a project that's been growing behind the scenes. Like the Empress, the energy, that feminine energy reminds you that growth doesn't happen by force. It happens through that constant care, nurturing. I like this here, this advice from Spirit, like a genie in a bottle, you're right, is like the genie lamp. Aladdin could be significant. Wish, Queen of Pentacles. So Spirit's advice is actually quite beautiful here for the week. It's beautifully grounded. I'm hearing your wish isn't coming through panic. It's coming through stability. Taking care of your body, taking care of your finances, taking care of your home, taking care of your peace. Like your manifestations grow stronger when your foundations feel safe. When you feel safe. This week isn't about asking you to chase anything. It's about asking you to become the version of yourself who naturally attracts what belongs to them. Sometimes abundance looks like money. Sometimes it's peace. Sometimes it's better health. Sometimes it's simply sleeping through the night without anxiety or stress. Right? Some of you struggle to sleep at night. And just getting that sleep is abundance for some of you. Let's have a look at the energy here, the underlying energy. And again, sunrise, sunset energy could be significant as well. Underlining here, maybe it's sunrise, right? Look at the sun, strength, empowerment, underlining here. Temperance, fire energy could be significant as well. Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Angels, wings could be significant. Color red and oranges. Behind everything this week, Spirit is quietly balancing your life, your spirit. Even if you don't see the immediate results, all right, I'm hearing things are aligning. Temperance reminds you of divine timing. It's never late, all right? The sun energy is about your confidence that's returning, right? Jupiter and Leo right now. We're moving into Leo season very shortly. No, we are in Leo season, aren't we? Well, I lost track of time. It's not Leo season yet. It's almost here. Leo season begins the 22nd of July. We're still in Cancer season. Perhaps it's this Leo and Jupiter that is really like, you know, maybe it's just hanging out in the sun, taking time, moment to get that vitamin D out. Maybe it's because some of you are in summer right now. But anyway, it's confidence that's returning. You becoming stronger than the situation that once overwhelmed you. I'm hearing Leo energy is very significant for some of you. Yeah, you're definitely becoming stronger than the situations that brought on that anxiety, the overwhelming, all right? Some of you do struggle with that ADHD, mental health. But I'm hearing this week is less about rushing towards your future. It's more about becoming ready for it. Perhaps you can affirm in the comments, I release what no longer serves me and I welcome the blessings that are meant for me. Perhaps you can let us know also in the comments and share with us what part of this reading spoke to you the most for the week ahead. Or we already got in the middle. You should get this in the middle of the week due to some delays, you know, Mercury retrograde, the one in Cancer, right? Sometimes it's some of the things that's coming out with this Mercury retrograde, people returning old memories, old opportunities, situations, technology, all those things are happening right now. But your growth will help you also recognize what deserves second chances, what deserves your attention, what deserves a peaceful goodbye. Beautiful souls, thank you for spending time with me. I'm sending you all so much love and light for the week as this week continues. Beautiful blessings towards you. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and keep following your intuition. I'm sending you all love and light. I'll check you around.